Hello, Rich. I see you first. Hello, hello. Poll question is in. Hi, Kai and Red Hunter. Hello. How are you guys? I'm at school. Okay. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Brandon Preacher Green. Michael is here from rainy Montana. I feel like everyone is getting rain today. I heard Jesse say yesterday, who is always on these live streams, he's over in Wisconsin, he was gonna get rain today. We have gotten tons of rain here in Minneapolis. Montana, I don't know who else. But yeah, rain has been the theme of this week. This week being today. I'm in Indiana. It hasn't rained yet for me. I wonder if it passed you or if it's not gonna hit you. Although, which way do weather storms go? Do they go east to west or west to east? I don't know. I'm not sure. All right. It hasn't rained for a while for me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really had much rainy weather here in Minnesota, but yeah, today in particular felt like a good amount. Let's see, the bean is here, hello. So I'm gonna make tofu scramble first, and then I'm gonna be making some whipped cream. Take two, because yesterday was a fail. Nicholas Weinert is here, new prime minister tonight. Oh my goodness, who is it again? I thought it was gonna be Pierre Poilievre, but it's some other person. Who is the new prime minister of Canada? Federal election results. Canada election, Carney Poilievre face off. Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be Pierre Poilievre, but I don't know. On Monday. Oh my god, it was today? What? You guys had basically your presidential election today? I completely missed this. Wow. Okay, I'm so interested. Let's see who's winning. Polls have closed in the Atlantic region. Final polls are gonna close 10 p.m. EDT, in British Columbia. Interesting. Two clear front runners, Carney and Poilievre. God. Okay. Projected to flip Newfoundland and Labrador seat. I'm so interested to see what happens with this. Interesting. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I love political science. I love world events. Okay. Sorry, I'm missing all your comments, people. I will get to you in just a second. Funk Monkey, we're getting red weather. Thank you, Bean the Bean. Red area in Minnesota. It's cleared up for the last few hours for me, but could get worse tonight, I guess. Luis Rodriguez is here. Nicholas Weinert, I'm doing well. Usually west to east in the US. Okay. Chloe has softball practice tomorrow. I don't do house tours. Tonight, right now, Canada is still voting. Thank you, Nicholas. Hi, G. Cacci in Italy, or is it Cassi? I never quite know with Italian words. Can you show your nails? It's funny you asked because I actually took the polish off of my nails. I ran out of nail polish, so it's on the way. I'll be getting it tomorrow. I'm going to repolish my nails before I go to the wedding this weekend, my friend's wedding. Thank you, Kaylin YT Edits. All right, El Rulo from Odessa, Texas is here. Good to see you again. Rich has all the emojis, the members emojis. Kaylin, oh, you're from Minnesota. Where in Minnesota are you from? Hi, Lee, and hi, Jonathan Aguilar. I'm gonna grab my tofu really quick and just get started with this. You guys have seen this so much on my live streams. And also in the video that went public today, I used 2 tofu containers. So let me scooch this back. Nicholas is in South Dakota. I really like South Dakota. I have very good memories. I played soccer there. Like I would play regional tournaments growing up, and we would play in South Dakota sometimes. And I've also driven through just on vacation. Yeah, fun place. I think I also have an aunt who lives in South Dakota. All right, bye Jonathan. Jacob. All right, please don't spam. Yeah, this is, if you spam, you get booted forever. Peter is here, hello. You're in Hutchinson. I know exactly where Hutchinson is. Awesome. Hi, Jacob Manukian, I think. Luis Damião from Portugal, the land of CR7. Love it. I was gonna comment at you, Luis. Luis Damião. Ooh, the country of Mr. Cristiano. All right, Stitch Lover is here. Robert the Gamer says hello. Yes, no spamming people. Come on, like, be an adult. Also, just be courteous to other people, because when you spam, you're just making it hard to see everyone else's comments. So I think of it as being very immature and very selfish. All right, hi Gianna Forever. No spam, LOL, yes. You do, yes, I do know where Hutchinson is, Kaylin. Your favorite Mexican. You don't sound like a typical Minnesotan, LOL. The thing is, I have spent much of my life outside of Minnesota, so, I mean, I spent 5 years living, no, 5 years living out east, on the east coast of, I almost said on the east coast of Minnesota, the east coast of the United States. And then I also lived 1 year abroad in Germany, mostly living and speaking in German. So I think maybe just that gets you out of your home accent a bit when you're speaking a foreign language. So yeah, I don't think people would guess I'm from Minnesota just based on how I talk, but I don't know. I think people have this idea that Minnesotans talk very, very like O and A, but you only really hear that when you go out into the more rural areas. I would say it's hard, I don't know. You do hear it in the cities, but it's stronger when you get out into the country. Thank you, T. Hi, still me. Hope you're doing well today. What's on the menu? Curry tofu scramble again. Sorry, I know it's repetitive, but I'm actually using up my perishable groceries because I fly out east on my vacation / going to my friend's wedding in 4 days. So I don't want my food to go rotten in my fridge. I don't want it to go to waste. So I am trying to use it up as quickly as I can. Okay, we had tornado watch today, but it's okay. I think we did 2. Well, no, I didn't get an alarm here. I didn't get a notification. Ugh. More sneezing, guys, sorry. Luis Damiano with the hearts after the Cristiano. Just a Dude is here. Hi, Just a Dude. Howdy. Hi, Freshly Wild. Hello, Starboy. Hi, Hannah and Hannah's World. Rich has the Gordons and the Cristianos. RN Telugu Vlogs. Hello. Hi, Faji Lila. All right, so I'm just draining my tofu, and I'm just gonna, just for the sake of being here in front of you, not off camera, I'm just gonna break it down here, not on my stovetop. Oh, still me, I don't think I finished my thought. So I'm making scrambled tofu, and then I am going to have a rematch with the coconut cream because I want to make whipped cream, and it did not work yesterday. I tried so hard and it did not work. Freshly Wild, hello, I see you with the members emojis. She's from the hood, LOL, says Jennifer Ever. I'm the freckles are freckling girl. Yes, Allison, I loved that comment. That was so sweet of you. Cooking with Kaya gone bad. Coca Zero, hello. Thank you, T. Is there an age limit here? I just say people like don't say your names, like especially if you're super young. You've been selected for verification. Oh, gotta love the fake YouTube accounts. Are you the best girl? Is there a thing like that? Oh, my friend, her maid of honor is her sister. Understandable, they're very close. Thank you for the bless yous, guys. Moneyman said it, Rich did, Peter said it, Scott Whitebird, Stephen Constante or Constant. I'm making tofu scramble again. Sorry guys for being a little bit repetitive this week. I am going on vacation in a few days, so I've been focusing on other things. So curry, tofu scramble, and then I'm gonna be making some whipped cream to put on some coffee after I eat this scramble. Should be tasty. No ages, please. Blessed wedding to your pals, should be fun. Hannah versus whipped cream 2.0, exactly. Does tofu get a golden sear if you were to fry it? Yes, and also if you bake it in your oven, it gets a nice golden color on it. That's not really what I'm going for with these. I just try to get it broken down to look like scrambled eggs, and then I season it with spices that are yellow and make it look like scrambled eggs as well. What kind of books do you like? My favorite genre to read is historical fiction, because I feel like it's the best of both. It's a fictional story, but it's taking place in at a historical point, and when real events. I love when you have a fictitious story, but there's like real historical figures that are popping up in the story, or historical events, and the characters are being impacted by the historical events. So you're getting some nonfiction with the historical events, but you're also getting fiction if it's fictional characters. So those are my favorite books to read, but I'll read a lot of different things. I really like biographies, autobiographies / memoirs. I like history books. I just really like history in general. I like kind of political books. Army Girl says Donisha. Blessed wedding to your pals. All right. Ooh, lots of comments. Cocosero says thanks. I'm not making Jello cheese. Maid of honor sweet. Yes. Hi Cassidy. Happy Monday. Did you have a good start to your week? I hope. My week is short, Cassidy. I only have a 4-day work week because I am taking this Friday off. That's when I'm flying out to my friend's wedding. My best friend from childhood is getting married, and it's all weekend long. The events start, I think there's one late on Friday, and then there's 2 on Saturday, and there's a send-off brunch on Sunday. So there's multiple events, and it should be fun. All right. Hi, James Brace. Stephen Brown, I like tofu, but I didn't realize until recently that it's ultra-processed food, but hey, everything in moderation. Usually cook my tofu on a stove. Madeline Patton, thank you. Rich is saying hi to Cassidy. I like nutritional yeast, but I'm not putting it in my tofu. Yeah, I'm excited to do, I am gonna do a vlog of this weekend. It's gonna be really fun. Just showing you guys around Annapolis, and I try to be respectful with weddings. I feel like I've often seen people have, ask that people shut off their phones or leave their phones like in their cars outside of the venue, so that it just doesn't become this, like everyone's on their phone, not paying attention during the wedding. So I would like to snap a little bit of footage, but obviously I want to be respectful of my friend and her family and just have good etiquette at a wedding. I mean, who wants to be tacky at a wedding? New badge color for Cassidy. Woohoo! Desi Des, hello, who's also a member. Brian, hi. I am making tofu again. I'm gonna put this on my stove in just a second here. And then I think I'm just gonna start with the whipped cream again, see how I do. All right, so. Okay. What historical settings do you love the most? Renaissance Europe. Anytime from the year like 1350 or 1400 through 1600, like those years I just love, especially in Britain, France, Italy, Germany, Scotland. Like, it's such a cool part of history. I just love it. Liverpool won the Premier League. Yes. Hi, Haley Ross. All right. Patricia Haugen, I'm making tofu scramble and whipped cream. I kind of want to show you guys, I've been slowly teaching myself how to sew. I'm at the very beginning, so not a lot of just baby steps. But I kind of want to show you guys my sewing machine, because it's like I would love to start doing more live streams that are like not food but other stuff. And JV says Hannah the wedding crasher. Definitely not crashing this wedding. I have been invited, so I am welcome at the wedding. She's cooking. All right. History is great indeed. 100% agree on the historical fiction, so love books that really bring you back in time. Yes, absolutely. Spencer Montgomery, hello, good to see you here. Robert Arnson says, hi everyone. Roadshow, tofu scramble and whipped cream. Adam Palin, I hope I said that right, from England, tofu scramble and whipped cream. Jade Bordelon. All right, merci pour le live. Thank you, Cocacero. Hi, Drago Liub Tomic. Hitman11 says, how do I become like you? You can't. There's only one of me and one of you. Every person is different. I'm Steve. All right, is 1600 medieval times. I love the whole stone castles and wood houses. I don't like medieval history. So medieval is before the Renaissance. I think, let's just look up the years. So like Medieval times is like way more rustic and undeveloped compared to medieval times. Also, oh my gosh, Stella, thank you so much. Here's a gift for you. Oh my gosh. Seriously, so kind of you, Stella. Thank you very much. That was very wonderful and unexpected. Okay, who is I? Okay, Peter Alexander Constantine. So no, medieval times are before the Renaissance. I was gonna pull the dates for you. Medieval years. They spanned between the medieval era / the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages began around 476. Let's just round up and call it the year 500. And they span about 1,000 years, going to somewhere between 1400 and 1450, which is where the Renaissance picks up. So the thing is, this is why, so people have said, Hannah, why don't you like that show Vikings? Because I love gritty TV, I love action-packed adventure stuff, I love Game of Thrones, it's my favorite series. However, it's just like, I feel like with Vikings, it's just like so much savagery, and it's like a lot of people just living in stick houses with like a pot boiling outside over some fire. It's like very, very, not caveman, but it's just so dated. Whereas like with Renaissance, you have like way more refined like houses, architecture, clothing, jewelry. I want to say the fork. I'm gonna look this up. When was the fork invented? I feel like I watched a show where, or maybe it was coffee, but it's like there's a bit more sophistication with the Renaissance period that you don't quite get in the medieval period. And I'm like, it's just a little too barbaric for my taste. So that's why I like Renaissance and then up to the present. Okay, Cassidy, I saw you got your 2-month member comment. I wanted to shout that out. Thank you very much for being a member for 2 months. That's wonderful. I like listening to music on an airplane. I like doing all the things I listed on an airplane, so I won't give any hints. How has your day been? Adam, I had a very nice day. It was very productive at work. It's like, woke up and just worked all the way from like 8:30 in the morning through 5 something. It was like, I was like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And it's like, it wasn't stressful or anything, but it was just like, okay, this is just continuing to go. And then I'm like, dang, it's now 5:10 p.m. and it's time to move on to other stuff. So it's one of those days where it went fast. It was busy, it went fast, but it was not stressful. It actually was like really enjoyable because I liked all the tasks that I was working on. I wish my kitchen was that organized. The thing is, it's more the fact that I'm a minimalist. I think being a minimalist can be confused with being organized. I feel like when you have less things in general, it's just easier to look organized because there's like less things that can be cluttered. I'm very much a minimalist. Adam says OMG. JB says Hannah will. Cocosero says merci. I love Egyptian history or biblical history. Yes, I have periods. Like, I'm not only a Renaissance history person. I love ancient Egypt. I love, oh, what was I just reading about? Like the Age of the Samurai in Japan. Biblical history is super, super interesting. Roman and Greek history. Yeah. Odin is displeased by this answer, LOL. Yes, I know. But ugh, Age of the Vikings, it's too savage and too, I'm just like, no. I don't want to see like people like running around with axes, like burning down homes, pillaging. No, no. I want to see like ball gowns and like court dances and nice castles and coffee. It's just, and paintings and architecture. It's just, yeah, medieval times, not my jam. Have you seen Den of Thieves? There's a second one, so I watched both today. Okay, Den of Thieves. What's it about? Den of Thieves. Oh, you know, Gerard Butler is kind of a no-no for me. I feel like he's in so many really bad films. Also, 50 Cent is in this? What? I mean, I might see it at some point, but yeah, I feel like Gerard Butler, ever since he was in 300 or whatever that Spartan movie was, it's just he's in all these action movies and they're not that good. They all kind of seem the same. Not to diss on Gerard Butler, I do like him, but I'm like, his taste in movies doesn't seem great, at least in my opinion. I'm using a fork to eat my parfait. Alejandro is finally back. Vikings is boring. I tried watching it and I was very bored. But some people love it. New profile picture. Oh my gosh, is that a cat or a chihuahua? Let me click on this. Alejandro, what is your user profile? It is a chihuahua. Okay. It looks like a very like grumpy chihuahua. Even in these times, they would generally only bathe biannually. Ugh, so gross, so gross. I'm drawing sea creatures and animals while listening to calm music. That sounds very chill, Micah. I like reading about New Orleans history. There's so much fictional historical books about New Orleans. To actually go walk around and see the streets and buildings is awesome. There's one I have in mind. I don't know if it's New Orleans or Savannah. It's called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil setting. Oh, no, it's Savannah. But there's another one I have that has kind of that like spooky vibe. Kishore is here. Bishop Bullwinkle doing well. I am scrambling some tofu. Nothing new. I'm also gonna be going to battle again with the coconut cream, another can of coconut cream, because I failed last night to turn it into whipped cream. Hi, Lil 16B. It does sound chill. Yes. How did the picture end up in jail? It was framed. Oh, nice. Nice. All right, I feel like I kind of want to bring over my Singer sewing machine and show you guys what I've been teaching myself. It's not that impressive, but I did teach myself how to sew 2 pieces of fabric together today, so that was awesome. Jesse, we need to cook. Did I miss Jesse? Hold on. Kenda B. Yeah, I feel like I missed a few people. Sorry, one sec. Kenda B, where's the whipped cream? I didn't ask you, I don't think I asked you, Bishop Bullwinkle, how you're doing. How is your Monday? How's the start to your week? Dare Diddler, hello. Alejandro, all right. Jesse, LMAO Jesse. All right, Manuela Rode Lopez, maybe? I have tofu scramble going. I'm also gonna be making some whipped cream. Janaba, hello. All right. Chris Barbayani, hello. Yes, you missed me, but I'm used to that. Sorry, I was scrolled up just to make sure I wasn't missing anyone, and then I saw your comment about the whipped cream. I'm torn between showing you guys a little demo of my sewing machine and starting on the whipped cream. Maybe I'll turn my heat down on my saucepan, and then I can bring my Singer sewing machine over here. Yeah, I was talking to my sister and we're like, oh my gosh, we can start mixing up our live stream so that it's not just one thing. It's like, you know, Monday night could be this activity, Wednesday night could be this activity. Like I could see myself doing Monday night is cooking night, Wednesday night is sewing night, Friday night is movie night, Sunday night is something else, I don't know. We'll see. Show the singer first. Yes, Savannah vibes are literally like New Orleans vibes. Both are great cities, both are very hospitable. Absolutely, yes. Hustle or Be Broke Gaming, Chris Barbayani, I think I saw you. You're making whipped cream. Let me get my notebook out. I will make the whipped cream, but first I'm gonna show my Singer sewing machine because I have been practicing with it. So one sec, guys. So I have been practicing with this guy, and I have to be on this side of it because all of the buttons and stuff are facing me. But just to give you an idea of what it looks like, there's a foot pedal, so you step on this to get it to go. I could actually show you, but I'm not going to right now. And here, let me get it closer to you so you can see. So there's like a spool of thread up here. There's like different settings for how wide you want your stitches to be. When you turn it on, here, I'll plug it in. So when you turn the machine on, there's a light. I think you guys can see that. I wonder if I could just kind of pulse this. Well, I guess I'll just try and see what happens. So this is the pedal. So this would be on the floor. And before I hit it, this is where the needle is. So you guys might be able to see the needle going up and down. Yeah, I think it's hard to do this because it's backwards. But yeah, slowly but surely learning how to use this thing. I might have screwed it up. Bear with me here, I am still a newbie. All right, who did I miss? Singer first. Hi, nobody. What did you sew? So I've only taught myself how to sew together 2 pieces of fabric. Like I've just been teaching myself, you have to thread the top spool of thread, and then there's also a bottom compartment. Let me shut this off because I'm not trying to sew my hand. But there's also a bottom compartment down here. Let me turn this around. So there's thread that comes up from the bottom as well. Yeah, it's quite the machine, but slowly I'm learning how to use this. And it's very, I don't know, I feel like at the beginning you just have to be okay with being bad. But let me see if I can demo a piece of fabric for you guys. Yeah, no spamming, please. That looks difficult. I took sewing in grade 9. I never took sewing. They really didn't do home ec for us at my age. I think they did away with it. So, yeah. It's fine, but I'm teaching myself now. But I would love to demo this for you guys while I'm waiting on my curry scramble. So let me go grab my 2 pieces of fabric. Better late than never, exactly. So my mom was very kind. She sent me a whole bunch of this fabric as just like practice fabric for like cutting and experimenting with, because you're just gonna have to start sewing together pieces of fabric to get the hang of the machine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the pedal down. And cut a couple of pieces of fabric. You should learn how to knit. I have already learned how to knit. I don't really like it that much. I'd rather know how to sew. So let me cut a couple pieces of fabric here that I can just sew together as another practice run for myself, and then also to show you guys what I've learned so far. Looking like a professional, thanks Arnold. YQ Reality is here, good evening to you, awesome. Tony is here. Yes, I will sew a little bit for you guys and then get back to cooking, because I don't want to forget about my food like I did yesterday. So I'm gonna cut a couple squares to sew together. Ooh. I found this there's so many YouTubers, honestly guys, like if you need to learn anything, you guys probably know this, but YouTube just there will always be someone who can teach you what you want to know on YouTube. It's amazing. So I found this YouTube channel, it's called Haley Stitches, and I watched her video like 1,000 times to figure out how to set this whole thing up. So let's see if I can do what I just did a little bit ago. I'm just gonna look at my tofu. Okay, it looks good. Threads are looking good. Yeah, okay. So I've got my I'm just gonna stitch these together, these two rectangles of fabric. Let's do this seam. This looks, I guess, they all look raggedy, but whatever. So turn it on. I'll put this closer to you so you can see. Sorry if the chat is blocking you, that's unfortunate. And then I remember she said in her video, tug on the strings a little bit, put the foot down, like that holds the needle. And let me step on this pedal. And then she said reverse to go back just a little bit. And then we just cut the cord. And they're sewed. Isn't that cool? So there's the seam. I mean, I'm still learning, but yeah. Eventually, my hope is that I can learn how to sew like tons of stuff. Like dish towels, aprons, clothing items. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Jimmy says, be careful. I missed the last stream. YQ Reality 3 Lopin said, sorry, I missed the last live stream. Been on a call rotation lately. Got it. I mean, no worries. Come when you can. Make an apron? Yes, Soren, that is the plan. I really want to make an apron. What are you gonna make with that? Oh, Kenda B, I have a whole list of things. So actually, I wanna start really simple. I mean, that's kind of the smart way to go. I'm not trying to make like an elaborate like ball gown with my 3-day-old sewing skills. But for instance, I would love to make something as simple as just like a dish towel or a tea towel. All this has is like a simple stitch on the back, and it's basically just like a rectangle of cloth, and then you can use it in your kitchen. So I think I'm gonna start with very simple things like dish towels and pot holder, like square pot holders, or what are other little crafts I've seen? Little book corners or book sleeves that you can, like pouches that you can slide a book into. And then eventually I would like to get into more elaborate designs with like buttons, zippers, pockets, but everything in time. I'm not trying, I mean, you know, Rome was not built in a day, as they say. Who did I miss? A cook and a seamstress. You are definitely with material, says Parker. Hannah, a seamstress and cook. Not quite, I can't quite say I'm a seamstress because I've only learned how to use this singer in the last few days. Let me give this a stir. Hi, Lee Hoffman. Is cereal a soup? Last I checked, no. Oh, I said, did I say Ellen? Elian Reyes. You're very skilled, says Manuela. Thank you. I mean, I don't know if I'm that skilled, but I'm excited that I finally at least learned how to do a basic seam. Like I know how to, you know, stitch 2 pieces of fabric together. Like that's a start. I might as well, I've just kind of been practicing along the seams, you know, like I'm trying to get these two threads untangled from each other. Maybe it doesn't matter. Let's see. Come on, threads. They just don't want to let go of each other. Yeah, but I'm really excited for like getting more skilled in this. I think it's very satisfying having a new skill or building on a skill. Okay. Yeah, I'll do one more side. How about just for practice sake? No, is it T? It's Bella. Hello. Soren says that's really cool. Hannah, that's 10 out of 10 A+. Thanks. I looked it up. So means planting LOL. The apron is part of the Hannah experience. Yes. I mean, I think it'd be really fun. I would love, love, love to be able to sell aprons or just have like a linked storefront where I sell aprons on here. Tord Plane, hello. 50 likes already. Yes, we're at 53, I'm seeing. She's got some aprons from her uncle, I guess I can remember, yes. And I definitely, so this one I'll show you. My uncle hand sewed this apron. It's so crazy, like looking at it and knowing that he hand did all of this. It's so impressive, but it also like makes me inspired to create something like this. So yeah, my uncle hand sewed this apron that is reversible and it has pockets as well. So eventually the plan is to be able to make an apron like this. Mustaqim, hello. Rome was destroyed in a day, indeed. Rome was sacked more than once. Poor Rome. Oh, rough. Can you sew me a sweater to cry in? Oh no. All right, just for fun, let's do another one. Let's do another seam. So lift the foot, grab the threads. This is helping me remember all the steps, because otherwise it's just like, oh my God, what am I gonna forget? You know? Raise this up a little bit. Let's see. This is where I get a little bit hung up. Get a little bit stuck here. Come on. There we go. Okay. It was a little bit stuck under there, but I think I got it all figured out. So let's do this one more time. Foot down. Looks good to me. So. Ooh, see, it got stuck. See, that's where I'm running it. Like, sometimes the thread gets a little bit sticky. So. But that's for me to figure out. But at least I got one stitch done on a live. Let's see if I can undo this. Sorry, I don't want to miss all your comments. My helmet was hidden, really? Oh, I don't know what happened. Yes, I knew he made some for you. Hello, Soto. That's unfortunate. Pretty soon you'll be sewing with your eyes closed. I would not try that anytime soon. But that is the goal, to be like just a lot more comfortable sewing. So I'm just gonna retry this. And see, just wanna check under here. There's like one baby thread, I don't know why it's sticking out. But let's see. All right, take 2. More like take 3. No. Yeah, there's something going on with the bottom thread. So let's see if I can figure this out. I had it the first time though, I'm proud of that. Ain't no party like Ken to be party. Hi Ashley, how are you doing? Hi Big Hoss. Soren says, how are you, Hannah? By the way, it's been a while. I've missed seeing you live streaming. I'm doing good, just busy with work, teaching myself how to sew, which is also fun. I feel like there's just little things with the sewing machine and you have to get it all right or it doesn't work. But yeah, this bottom lever, or this bottom thread loop looks good. So maybe I just need to redo it. Let's see. I want to get one more good seam, and then I'll call it a day. Okay, so let's see if that'll work. Ooh. I don't know what's going on with the bottom. Running into some issues. Yeah, it's like a little trickier on the bottom. Don't know why. Okay, Ashley, I was gonna ask, how are you doing? Asya, eyes closed, that world would be a bad idea. I feel like I'm feeling like I'm sick. Oh no. Ken to be, yes, I do wear glasses. Actually, if you go to my channel, you'll see that I had a glasses collaboration with a brand called Firmu a few months ago. I forget when it was exactly, but that was really fun. All right, tofu's looking good. Now I'm like determined to try and figure out where I went wrong with my second seam. But like I said, it's good practice for me. Okay, let's see if that does it. Okay, machine on. Let's do this end. And foot down. All right, let's see. No, it started, but yeah, it's catching something on the bottom. So I'm gonna troubleshoot this. I don't want to keep, you know, mis-stitching it. But at least I had one good seam. I will count that as a win. Yeah, something with the bottom one. I don't know what's going on with that. Gremlins, just because I saw you squinting. Update for you, the cabbage rolls turned out amazing. Ooh, what did you put in them, AD? What did you put in your cabbage rolls? I will eventually figure out what is causing the issue here, guys. But I think I will return to cooking because I don't want to get sidetracked, even though I'm so stubborn. Like when I can't figure something out, I really want to figure it out. But I will put this away and practice again later. Hannah, I'm glad you don't have any food showing. Oh, I will soon though, because I am cooking. I have something on my stovetop. All right, so let me unplug this. And move it back. Dylan Thomas O'Boyle, hello. I was just showing people my Singer sewing machine. Just want to make sure I've got all the threads in the right spot. All right, so I'm gonna have to figure that out later. I was running into some technical difficulties, but I did get one stitch done. All right, I'm coming back, guys. Actually, I should put this fabric away, not in my kitchen. Hi, Francisco. Long time no see. How are you, Dylan? How's it been? I'm gonna put this fabric away. I feel like my camera looks kind of yellow, so I'm gonna reset it, hopefully. Hello, Green Day. It's the Virgo OCD determination that makes you not give up. Yeah, no, I see it as a challenge where I'm like, no, I will figure this out. I can't just leave something not figured out. Very stubborn. I'm gonna see how the poll is doing. Sleeping, first option, of course, has the most votes. Then reading a book, watching movies, and listening to music. Okay. Heck yeah, I have Virgo OCD. It's more just like, I don't really label things. Like, I don't have OCD, I don't have anything. I'm like, whatever. But it's more just like determination. Like, I will figure something out, and yeah, I don't let anything get in my way if I really want to learn something or get something done. Doing well, got really busy with work and currently buying a house. Very busy. Nice. Where are you buying a house? Dylan Thomas O'Boyle. AD is guessing for the poll, watching movies. Hi, Jill Martin. How are you? Have you gotten a lot of rain today? Yes, Rich. Determination. Does anyone like sushi? I love sushi. I love it so much. In Galway, very nice. R6. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Making some tofu scramble. I'll be making some whipped cream shortly. And I was just sewing a little bit on here for some practice. Micah says I love sushi too. I don't know how to say your name. Oh, I think it's Waleed. Hello, Waleed. The curry tofu recipe was perfect today. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forgot for a second. I was like, oh yeah, that video posted today. The curry tofu scramble with the home fries. So if you haven't seen that, people, go and check it out. It dropped today at 3 p.m. Central Time. Joe Martin says, bad storm just went through the north of Crosby, Ironton. Okay. Yeah, we were having some pretty heavy, it was like on and off today. It was kind of weird. But we had some pretty strong storms. No tornado warnings though. Not for like the Twin Cities area. Just kind of on and off all day. So like I remember waking up and I was like, it's really dark for the morning. And then I looked outside and I'm like, well, yeah, because it's all like dark thunderclouds above. There was like no sunlight today. Sushi, I used to live in Japan for 5 years in the military. That's so cool. I mean, I would love to have sushi in Japan one day because I love it so much, but I've only ever had sushi here in the United States and like certain countries in Europe, but never anywhere close to Japan. R6 Market says, cool. Hi, Roberta Pearson. Dylan, yes, I eat dried seaweed sheets with rice often, but limit my rice intake. Don't even ask about kimchi. Have a massive container in the fridge. Super, super good for you. That stuff is said to be very good. Hi, what kind of storm did you have then? It was just heavy, like thunder, lightning, rainstorm, but no tornadoes, Roberta. Your favorite activity is smoking the cigarette on the air? No, definitely not. Hello, Bill Clinton's sons. Name Aesthetics 23. Friday night we had 2 tornadoes go through my town. Oh my gosh. Stay safe, Ashley. Jeez. It's reassuring that it is popular because I don't want to open a restaurant if it won't work. I mean, opening a restaurant is always risky. They have such a high rate of failure. And have you been to Greece? Yes, I have been to Greece. I was in Athens a decade ago on a study abroad trip and it was incredible. I loved Athens so much. I got to go see the Acropolis, or no, it's the Agora, which is like the open stone ruins where like the marketplace was. And then the Parthenon up on the hill, just the old statues of like Greek and Roman gods, whoever. Yeah, it was incredible. Actually, for members, if you go to my channel, there is a members only video and the thumbnail has a picture of me in front of the Parthenon. It was very fun. I'm going to Greece next fall, pretty excited. AD, you are gonna love it there. I mean, I was just in Athens. I didn't go to any of the islands. I didn't go to any other cities, but Athens alone, you will have a wonderful time. I get very nostalgic thinking about Athens because it was just such a fun trip with such wonderful people. I loved the people on my study abroad program. Yes, I know there used to be smoking on flights. It's insane to think about having to put up with that. Just having to breathe in this like cloud of smoke, trapped air for however many hours you're on the plane. It just sounds so horrible. 400,000 in some cases. Asia with the Cheerios boxes. Robert says, yes, it's way different, way better there. And don't get me started about food in Hong Kong. It's amazing. Another place I'd love to go and I've heard great things about is Hong Kong. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you. Did you make some bread vegan? I really don't like making bread and I don't eat a lot of bread. I actually make a point of avoiding bread in my diet because it's just, I try to not eat processed grains except for dessert. So if I'm gonna have processed grains, I'll just have it in the form of a cupcake, of cookies, of cakes, pancakes even. Those are a dessert item because they're so high in sugar and processed refined grains. So bread has never been my thing and I don't enjoy eating it anyways. So there's really no point for me to make it. Hannah, you experienced a lot. Yeah, I think I have. I'm happy with the places that I've been to in my life, Arnold. LOL, I'm a smoker. I'm disappointed I missed it. You did miss it because I can't imagine that there is any airline. You'd probably have to fly a private jet that's like your own jet in order to smoke on a plane. Because I don't think there's any commercial airline that would let you do it. Even if you were like in your own secluded first class super fancy cabin, I feel like they still would say no, you can't do it. What did you do for food in Greece? My perception is no, it's so incorrect, AD. The Greeks are insanely wonderful when it comes to vegan and vegetarian food. Think salads, lentils, grape leaves, rice, tomatoes, fresh oranges. I remember the hotel I stayed at, they just served, like, it was actually savory breakfast there. They just served a platter of beautiful lentils and cooked mushrooms with olive oil and carrots and garlic and eggplant, they do moussaka, they do hummus, they do falafel, they do pita, they do veggie kebabs. I mean, Greece is like, I feel like Greece is one of those Mediterranean countries that just has such beautiful food because of where it's located. So no, I mean, Greece is a dream if you are vegetarian or vegan, because they have such a great climate to grow vegetables and beans and fruits. It's amazing. Dates and figs, I had a lot of those when I was there. I have a mini version of the Parthenon in Lego form. That's cute, Ashley, I love that. I have never smoked, Kevin. I absolutely despise smoking of any kind. Dylan says, Hannah, any chance you'll let us use that private jet for smoking, of course? I do not own a private jet. I don't think I would ever have a private jet, even if I was like Mark Cuban and had a bajillion dollars. They're just so, they pollute so much. It's sad. Like, Tomato is not native to Europe, I think. I mean, doesn't matter. It's all over Europe. Ooh, I didn't know that. Over here, most Greek places have lots of meat. Didn't realize they have lots of vegetarian and vegan options. Yeah, I mean, don't be fooled by some, I feel like sometimes you go to like ethnic places, not in the home country. Like, I'm sure there's like plenty of Greek restaurants here in Minnesota or wherever in the United States that have just like only lamb, only beef, only chicken. But no, I mean, I actually like the best vegetarian dish, I think, or vegan dish, I should say, that I had while I was overseas was in Athens. I had stuffed grape leaves, so large grape leaves that are filled with rice and spices and garlic, and like lemon, drizzled with lemon, and falafel, and just fresh olives. The bread there is incredible. The pita is amazing. Yeah, I mean, you eat very well if you're vegan or vegetarian in Greece. Top of the morning, hello. Dates. I really like dates. Hello, North Culver. Just to do, you're right about tomato. Hi, Jennifer. In some countries, dates are considered a sweet. I mean, I think they should be considered a dessert item. Honestly, like fruits, they're natural, but they're very high in sugar. So I tend to cluster my processed grains and my fruits toward, like, I usually will eat them for dessert. I don't really eat them regularly just because they're so high in sugar. Okay, I forgot about the stuffed grape leaves. I do buy those from Whole Foods here and there. Yeah, definitely have some when you're in Greece. They're delicious. Jennifer, I got these earrings from Amazon back in December as some Amazon Christmas earrings. If you just search for Jingle Bell earrings, you should still be able to find them even though it's not Christmas time. What kind of candy do you like? Anything with chocolate, Roberta. I'm a chocolate fiend. Hannah, I think I will be okay with just seeing the food. I think I was in trouble. Oh, if I smelled the food. I understand what you mean, Ashley. I can think of times where I was feeling pretty nauseous and pretty sick. And it was like the whiff of something is what sent me over the edge and I got sick. You want to learn to fly a plane? I'm okay with not learning how to fly a plane. I've never really felt the need to learn, and I just would be so nervous about making a mistake. Because if you make a big mistake as a pilot, like that could be the end of you. Hi, Jason Victor. I've never had stuffed grape leaves. I used to have stuffed bell peppers. I've had those too. Mohammed Youssef, I'm not a chef. I'm not a trained chef. I just cook a lot on my YouTube channel. Let me cook, bro, says you look like Beyonce. I don't think I do, but I will take that. I think it's a compliment. All right, I'm gonna give this a stir, guys. Stir the tofu. Humans have legs for a reason. Stuffed grape leaves are delicious. They do have a vinegar oil taste, so it's great if you like vinegar, but some may not like it. I love the flavor of vinegar. I usually have my salads with a vinaigrette, and I make my vinaigrette dressing with apple cider vinegar and olive oil and tahini, and I love the sharp, tangy taste of vinegar. It's very good, and it's good for you. Karma YouTube, hello. I kind of want to get started with the whipped cream. Let's see here. Oh, I bookmarked it because I was doing some research last night about how to do coconut whipped cream. Here we go. Okay. I'm also excited. I will be filming this as an episode. I'm not going to do it on a live stream, but I am making black bean tostadas because Cinco de Mayo is coming up in a week. Next Monday is Cinco de Mayo, so I figured I would do a recipe video that is Mexican. Yes, the little ones like to kick us in the ribs. Oh, Ashley, man. My friend left today for boot camp. Goodness. Karma, or yeah, I think it's Karma YouTube. Where is your friend doing boot camp? Thank you, his dudeness. Looks amazing. You go, girl. Thank you, Arnold. Frothing part 2, yeah, NC. It's on like Donkey Kong because I want to succeed in making this whipped cream. If you plant Cheerios and water them, they grow into donut trees. If only that's how science worked. Hi Kai, love the Cristiano Ronaldo emoji. If you've never made it, an easy salad dressing is vegan mayo, rice wine vinegar, bit of monk fruit sugar, or thin honey, tiny drizzle of sesame oil. Ooh, all those things sound really good, AD. Yeah, I can kind of imagine how that dressing would taste. Hi, Lance Ramsel Aguila. He's joining the Marines. Nice. My uncle, one of my uncles was a Marine. Love it. Thank you, Lance. Fingers crossed. I know. I'm like, I will redeem myself after failing to make the whipped cream. After all that manual whipping of the cream yesterday night. Daniel Torres says, I'm leaving for boot camp too. Basic training for Army around August. Do you know where your training is going to be? Where your boot camp is going to be? Dylan, thank you, Blue Hornet. Let me check on the tofu, see how it's doing. I think I might speed up the process here and just kind of get a little bit of this liquid off early. You better tell him not to fall asleep during breakfast. At boot camp? All right, this is almost done. Oh, Daniel, heads up, be prepared to be pranked. You didn't hear that from me. Okay, I see. I Heart Ducks is here. I'm doing a test. Give me the best of hope and luck to succeed. Good luck. Hope it goes well. Hope you do well. Ashley says, yes, they get mad. Is that mustard? I might be colorblind. No, I am making tofu, if that's what you're asking about. Let me grab my spices. So, garlic, salt, curry, and pepper. Drago Liub. Monkey God says, ooh, okay. Turmeric. If I can find it. I promise I'll come up with some more entertaining recipes. I feel like I've been doing tofu quite a bit. Training would have you in top-notch shape. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, military training, ooh, it sounds brutal. I'd like to cook up a mini you, says King Lee. George Washington had horse teeth, literally. That's what I heard too. Also, I'm so sorry, guys. The first hour of this live stream flew by. I've been on here now for 77 minutes, and I need to close the poll. So vote in the next like 5 seconds, because I'm closing the poll. It's not a joke, some give up. What are you making, Hannah, and who's your favorite singer? Favorite singer, oh, it's tricky. I would say of all time is probably Taylor Swift because of her writing. I actually don't think she has the best voice, but I think she is the best writer. Singer, overall, in terms of talent, I would say talent-wise, vocals, I'll go with Christina Aguilera. Kingly, come on. Let's see. Yes, and early morning exercises. Fake sausage from Canada. Didn't Washington have wooden teeth? That's what like the lore says. I don't know if it's actually true. Hi, Christopher Ray. Thank you, Prasanth. I appreciate you. I love your membership videos. Thank you, Kai. I'm glad you enjoy them. All right, trivia question. I wrote this trivia question because I am going to be flying to Maryland in 4 days. In 4 nights, I will be in Maryland. So I decided to do an airplane / flight related question. Guess my favorite airplane activity. The most votes went to sleeping, and it's not sleeping, although I don't mind sleeping on planes. I just find it kind of hard because it's really loud and it's not comfortable sitting in your seat, and it's usually pretty bright, like it's not totally dark. 29% said reading a book. I actually don't really enjoy reading books on planes, so it's not that one. 18% said listening to music. It's not listening to music, it's actually watching movies, because honestly, whenever I fly planes, I'm usually like not in the most like energetic state. So I just tap the screen in front of me and I just will browse the movies and pick one. I'll usually use airplane rides as an opportunity to watch the movies that I never got around to seeing in theaters, and I was like, I'll get to this at some point. And then I find time on an airplane flight, because it's like, okay, what am I gonna do for 3 hours, 6 hours? I'll just pick a movie and watch it. So only 15% of you who voted got it right. Christina is great, says Diane Burkhan. Yeah, her vocals are insane. Her range is insane. Her control is insane, her runs, but it's also just like the projection and the power is insane. There's no one I've heard who has like that, all of those things. Back to the Future out tonight. We need a mod. It's actually been pretty chill tonight. It has not been that busy or hard to moderate. People think that, no, but there were actually horse teeth. Ooh, that's kind of gross. Prasanth is Tamil. Thank you, Arnold. Books, it's books. Nope, Kai, it's not books. Sorry to disappoint. Martello Modifies is here. Hi, Martello. Can I take you with me to the country? No. I'm staying in the cities. I actually picked sleeping, but I meant to pick read. Well, both of those were incorrect. Just a dude. Movies. Kai got it wrong. Sorry for yawning so much. Oh my goodness. AD says, guys, gals, come on. She talks about movies a lot. LOL. Looks like Mark Carney is our new prime minister. That's who they're calling it for. Canada election results. All polls have closed in Canada 8 minutes ago. Yep, the Mark Carney's Liberals win the election. Okay. Oh my gosh, I had no clue it was today. Wow. Totally missed that boat. I do have an Instagram, Yehoshua Osei. It's the same handle as my YouTube channel name, Hannah in Health. It's so funny, Carney is like Joe Biden, LOL. I don't know, I really don't know what he even looks like. I've seen Pierre Polyev, but who's it, Carney? Canadian. I'm so intrigued. Come on, my browser's so slow. Ugh. This is ridiculous. My computer has gotten so slow. Or it could just be this website. Carney, Canada, PM. Come on. He's 60 years old. I don't think of that as being old though. I mean, Joe was, what, like almost 80? Yehoshua says, got you, stay blessed. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Hi, Josephine Hinkle. Hi, Isaac. My brother is not happy he wanted Polyev. I mean, yeah, the thing is with elections, and I don't talk about my own views, but it's like, you're gonna be disappointed. Like, it is true that saying, like, you don't always get what you want, that goes for elections. Like, I can think of time, like, I've had elections, because I've been voting in federal elections since 2012, so for the past 13 years or so. Like, the first election I voted in, I remember it was Obama running for his second term. I think he was up against Mitt Romney. And so, but like for each of the elections, I can think of times where I was like, yeah, like I'm so glad I got, like the person I voted for got it. And then other elections where I was just like, oh my God, I did not want this person to win, but whatever. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be people who are happy and people who are not happy. That's just, and honestly, I think that's a very good thing. Because it's like, would you really want to live in a society where it's like 99% are voting one way and then you're in the tiny minority of 1%? Like, I personally think you need a diversity of viewpoints and parties. You can't just have a one-party government, because that's basically a dictatorship, which I don't think any of us want. Do you have anything new on your bucket list? You know, I have been meaning to actually write down my bucket list because I know there are things that float around in my head, but I need to actually concretely write them down. I think one bucket list item that my sister brought up not too long ago that's on her bucket list, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that's definitely going to be on mine, is going to the Super Bowl. Like, I would love to experience the Super Bowl at least once in my life. Okay, Rich says brother is not happy. You missed the boat, Hannah. Now you gotta wait 4 years. That's okay. Lord knows I was very, like, I'm someone who just, like, gets obsessed with elections, and similar to the sewing machine, it's like I want to see it through and I want to know the results. So I will stay up all night as they're counting all the ballots. I don't care how late I stay up. It's like I want to know the results. So I was very consumed by the US election this past year. Just fascinating, the lead up to it. I mean, very dark topic, but like the assassination attempts on Trump, I mean, that was very stressful. I was like, I don't want anybody getting assassinated. Like, let's just get both of the candidates to the election day and have people vote for them. Like, this is insane. So it's just like the lead up was very chaotic, and the debates were dramatic, and there was so much to consume, and I just eat all of it up. I mean, I think it's so interesting. So I kind of, post-election, I was like, okay, I need to take a little break from consuming all this stuff, because it starts to feel a little unhealthy where all you're doing is just getting fed, you know, reel after video that's all this political commentary about who's running and what the polls are saying in California versus Iowa versus Oklahoma versus Florida versus New York, and you're just like, oh my God, which way is it gonna go? And it's like, okay, you need to cut yourself off at a certain point, otherwise it can be like all consuming. Too Evil to Hope, hello. Let's see, Felipe Reyes, I am making tofu scramble. The attitudes are similar between them. Are you saying between Joe Biden and what's his face? Whoever the new guy is, Mark Carney. Who did I miss? I'm sliding in the DMs. I don't check my DMs, so sorry. I don't talk about my political views on here, Jamie Hubler, so I won't comment. I think Tom Cruise should be president of the United States. You never know. I mean, he could run. Look at Ronald Reagan. He was a big-time movie star in Hollywood, and then he decided he wanted to be the president. So don't count him out. Also, look at Trump. I mean, I remember as a kid, we would watch the Celebrity Apprentice, because it was a super popular TV show where all these it was like these celebrities would come and then they'd have to do all these things, and then Trump would fire them on the show, and I was like, oh my God, he just fired that like actor. That was so sad. So he went from being like a TV dude and real estate dude to being like, okay, I'm gonna run for president now. So we could have President Tom Cruise. You never know. Hi, Sushant Gangwar. I think okay, saw that one. Hi, Kenyetta Harris. Robert Plummer, hello. King Taj, hello. 7-Eleven, just stopping by to say we're here at 7-Eleven. Love your channel. We need to include your recipes in our meals we offer. You guys, everyone needs to go and follow Ian on YouTube. He is a 7-Eleven employee. He recently blew up, and I have become absolutely obsessed with his content. I love it. He shows you, it's just so interesting. Like, he shows you what it's like to work the graveyard shift at 7-Eleven. He films himself stocking the fridge, stocking the alcohol cabinet, stocking the chips, making pizzas, picking up trash in the parking lot, the customers who come in and interact with him. It's so interesting. Just like seeing what his routine is like. And he's also very entertaining. So 7-Eleven, like he does such great what is it, like public service or PR, public relations. People are like, man, Ian on YouTube is like the ultimate PR for 7-Eleven because he's so lovely, so professional, speaks very highly about working at 7-Eleven, and it's like very entertaining and wholesome content. He features his grandma on there a lot. She is so sweet. So yeah, go check out his channel, guys. Ian on YouTube. Okay, 7-Eleven is here. Is that actually 7-Eleven official? I'm like, is it? I don't think so. It doesn't have the check mark. I don't think so. No, they don't even have any subs. So it's not actual 7-Eleven. Yes, Biden and Carney, got it. Let's see, I'm not a smoker, 93 octane. Dragon is here, hi Dragon. Is it K Delta? Ka Dragon. Crazy Barber, hello, good to see you. Peter Alexander Constantine says, oh yeah, peace and joy is here. I agree with you, no one should feel underprivileged. Hi, Innovate Explore. Good to see you. Hi, Streamers Getting Fire. Lisa Altomari. Hello, hello. All right, let me season this lovely tofu now that it's all ready. So much fun stuff to talk about. Also, you guys should come up with potential second poll question ideas. What should I ask you guys about? What else should I ask you guys about? I was thinking I should do something about my upcoming trip, but I don't know. Like things I plan to do, or like what I'm most excited for. I don't know. I'll think about it. I know what I could do. Yeah, I know what I could do. Oh my gosh, Tom Cruise, we were literally just talking about you. We were saying that one day you could be president of the United States. I think it was Peter Alexander Constantine who was saying Tom Cruise could run for president. Oh no. We're gonna get more sneezing like I had yesterday. Alright, turmeric for some flavor and color. All right, Justin and Brothers, hello. Well, that's very kind of you all. I say, like, why not? Like, anyone, not anyone, there's rules, but like, you know, I would say most people, the vast majority of people are able to run if they so wish. Hi, Mr. C, Innovate Explorer. I invited you to visit Morocco. I have already been to Morocco. I lived in Morocco for a summer 12 years ago, believe it or not. Kevin says, hi, Mr. Cruz. Mila and Friends is here. All right, this needs more curry for sure. For sure. Not salt. Why did I grab the salt? How do you feel about The Rock for president? The thing is, okay, so I did just say anyone can be president. That's awesome. I think it's great that like anyone can run. However, I feel like ideally, like, I think like the strongest candidates are general, like not always, but I think generally you would want someone who like has worked in government for a long time or understands government very well. Maybe they have a law degree, like they understand how laws work. I think it's great that anyone can run, but it shouldn't, like the president, what am I trying to say? The election for the president should not be a popularity contest. Like, I love Taylor Swift, but if Taylor Swift ran for president, I'd be like, I'm a huge fan, I'm a Swiftie, I love your work, you're amazing, but I don't think you're the best candidate. Like, you know, she would get millions upon millions of votes if she was on the ballot. Same with, Tom Cruise would get lots of votes, The Rock would get lots of votes, but it's just like, it shouldn't just be a popularity contest. It shouldn't just be like, oh, I know him from movies. Oh, I know him because he's funny. I know him because he's on Instagram. Like, no, I think there should be some, like, you really should take their work history, their career, their training, their educational degrees, their understanding of the law, their understanding of government and how it works. Like, that should be somewhat there. It's not always there, obviously, but in my head, it's like, you know, it's the ideal, one of the ideals for me in a candidate. It's like, does this person, are they gonna know what to do? Are they, I mean, yes, you can have a cabinet of people around you, but yeah, those are my thoughts. He once spoke about it. Oh, I know he's talked about running for president 100%. Oh, I totally expect to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on the ballot for president one day. I mean, I can totally see him running. I won't say that I would never vote for The Rock, but it's like, are you qualified to run this country? Are you qualified to be in charge of the entire United States government? I think there's more qualified people than The Rock. I'm certain there are, but you know, it's not just up to me. I'm one voter out of hundreds of millions of people. No, not The Rock. I think Tom Cruise is into Scientology. I will say this. Why do people give him such a hard time about Scientology? Like, it's just another religious view. Like, people, I don't know, people give Scientologists such crap. And one of my chief things is like, don't criticize or don't make gossip about other people's beliefs. Because Scientology is just another belief along with all the other ones that exist. So I don't have any problem with someone who's Scientologist. It's always been a popularity contest. Not just a popularity contest. I mean, the reason why they have debates is so that the two people can actually argue and show how well versed they are in arguments. So it's not just popularity contest, but popularity helps. Hi, Cara Cassiano. Let's see. That's what people do, LOL. Oh, I find it so frustrating. All right, let's eat some curry tofu so we can get onto the whipped cream. Yeah, someone is always walking someone else. Pitiful. Let's see, wasn't that Ronald Reagan who the actor? Wasn't that Ronald Reagan who was the actor? Yes. Go Warriors. Oh. Golden State Warriors. I don't know what's going on in basketball land. I don't like basketball, so I never watch it. Alright, so getting some of this lovely quinoa on here. It's basically like a grain, technically a seed, but it works like a grain. President in the 70s? Nope. He was president in the 80s. Might have been the end of the 70s, but I know that when my dad immigrated to the United States in 1982, he came in under Ronald Reagan. So maybe he was president starting in the late 70s. Let's see. Oh, I just tuned in to see the whipped cream. Happy I didn't miss it. Amazing. No, I'm just about to eat dinner. I made some surprise curry tofu again, my favorite thing to make. And now, well, I will be eating this, and then I will be whipping some more coconut cream. Hopefully it goes better tonight. If I was president, I would build a relationship in Ethiopia and make you queen. Yeah, that's not great. We should let the Ethiopians decide who they want to be their leader. I would say this, the US definitely has a history of influencing foreign elections and leaders, and I'm like, I think we should let them decide what they want to do. All right. Dinner time. Looks kind of like the video I posted today. Not totally the same because it's not home fries. It's quinoa. Is this the pregame show for the whipped cream? Yes, it is, Rich. Yes, it is. I have my can of coconut cream, say that 5 times fast, in the fridge. So it's waiting. Tofu time. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. This could use more salt. Did I think I put salt in it, but I think it actually needs a little more. Elian Reyes says, is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't think of it as a sandwich, but it might meet the definition of a sandwich. Let's ask Google. All right, is a hot dog a sandwich? This is so silly. The question of whether a hot dog is a sandwich is a matter of ongoing debate, with both sides having strong arguments. The definition of a sandwich is food in between 2 slices of bread. Yeah, I lean no. I don't think a hot dog is a sandwich. But they've done like full surveys of like parts of the United States. This is so funny. It's such a it's such a low stakes thing. Cereal is soup. Ooh, yuck. I don't like thinking about cereal as a soup. I guess though it fits the definition. I never thought of it like that. Ketchup is thick fruit juice. Yes, it's like fruit paste, basically. Reagan was president in 80 to 88. I think I'm part American. Amazing. Yeah, I knew he was president in 1982 because that is the president who my dad came to the United States under. But I just don't remember the years because this was, you know, a decade before I was alive. Hi, Hayden. Both of those are no. Oh, for the hot dog question, if the hot dog is a sandwich and if cereal is soup. It's like, sure, if we want to be technical and look at the definition and be weird about it, we can say it, but I think in our hearts we know that a hot dog is not a sandwich. Like, we have an image in our heads of a sandwich and it's not a hot dog. And same with cereal. Yeah, cereal is, that one's just weird. Yeah, hot dog and cereal, yeah. I'm with you there, Peter. Larry Middleton is back. Good to see you. How are you, Larry? That's another thing I thought of. Hot dogs use buns, sandwiches use bread. That's why I think it's hard to call a hamburger a sandwich. I mean, I think hamburger is closer, but it's like hamburger bun. Versus if you're gonna make a sandwich, like any classic sandwich, BLT, peanut butter and jelly, ham and cheese, grilled cheese, you are not gonna use a bun for those sandwiches. You are gonna use sliced bread. So I think we all need to be a little more commonsensical about these things. I think people get a kick out of calling things like, ooh, cereal is a soup, and it's like, no, it's not. We all know it's not. Hello, Love Us, who is a member. Good to see you. Hi, Sophia. Good to see you as well. How are you? Thank you, Frankie Felix. I've just decided to wear these earrings forever. Like, the plan is for you to never not see me with these earrings. If that's in fact true, Dylan, I would say just stay put. Is ravioli a sandwich? Nope. Larry Middleton says, doing great. Glad to hear it. Doing well. I had a very, it's one of those Mondays where I knew I had a lot of work to accomplish in a day. And starting from literally like from the time I woke up. But it was so much work that I actually found really enjoyable that the day, like the hours just ticked by like minutes. I was like, how on earth is it now like the middle of my afternoon? Because the first thing I watched, I was at a virtual meeting. They were live streaming it. I didn't have to participate in it. Like video conferencing it. And that one was at 8 in the morning. And from there on, I was like, all right, go, 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 go. Thank you, Frankie Felix. No worries, Sophia. There's no expectation, zero pressure. Like, it's just bonus stuff. Memberships are just bonus content. There's like you never need to become a member. Is chicken parm a sandwich? I believe it is. I've never had it before. I would need to like see a photo of it, but the way I hear my friends talk about chicken parm, I would say yes. Arnold says, with great power comes great responsibility. Very true. MC is here. Thanks, Rich, for putting in all of the members emojis. I love seeing Seth at the end. Isaac is back. Run, hello. I'm doing well. How are you? MC says banana. Woohoo! Chicken parm can be either a sandwich or just chicken and cheese. Okay. Okay, Pablo Sanchez. Edwin, I'm eating quinoa and tofu. Excuse me. Thank you, American Patriot. Love the username. Kevin says, you prepare all that tasty food before us, then eat it in front of us. Starving souls. I hope you all are not starving souls. Matthew Matthews is asking, how's your scrambled egg and chips? I wouldn't mind the chips, but I don't eat scrambled eggs anymore. I did though when I was a kid. Peter says, I guess so can hamburgers, just eat the patty, so whatever. Gary Kanoff, hello. So hungry, that spoon click got me. Oh no. I just hit 1.6 thousand views. Nice job, Kai. That's awesome. Well done. Almost done. And once I'm done, I'm gonna start with the whipped cream. Save some for me. I don't share. I can't share. French. Dragolube with the hearts. Thank you. All right. So that was good. I'm happy with that. Also, I feel like my apron is just a mess. My browser keeps crashing on me. I don't know why. I think my computer's just struggling these days. Not the whipped cream. Oh yes, it's coming back. Just got 2 more subs. Nice, Kai. Congratulations. Sorry, guys. All right, let me grab this and get it out of the way. And put some of these away as well. By Dragoliube. Ever tried chapati? Yes, I have had chapati. Peter Alexander says worse. Antonio Salazar, hello. Good to see you. Ooh, the Oreo Ritz. Great question. I did not watch, it was yesterday's episode, episode 3. No, I'm always a little bit behind on The Last of Us. So the new episodes drop on Sunday, and then I watch the episodes on Thursday night with my mom, and my sister has started watching the show too. So I am actually planning on seeing, initially I was gonna say no, I'm not gonna watch it on Thursday, but I'm gonna watch episode 3 on Thursday, so a few nights from now. Thank you, Gary. MC with the squirrel. Who sets up the members emojis? Me. I'm the one who uploads all the emojis. They're all things that I like. It's people and things that I like. Having survival guilt is crazy. I bet, yeah. Are you African? How do you know chapati? Because I eat world cuisines. I don't have to be African to know chapati. I mean, 12. A. Marie is here. Tax manager is here as well. Gary is saying, I am French. Okay, so let me pull up this recipe and do it the right way this time because I did not succeed yesterday. Start with a chilled can of coconut milk that has been stored in the fridge overnight. I'm also gonna need a whisk. So, look familiar, guys? Whipping 2.0, whipping the whipped cream. Be careful not to shake the can when you remove it from the fridge. Carefully open the can and scoop out the thickened cream at the top into a large bowl. Okay. So, let's do this again now. Round 2. Just take out the top and not take anything else. I'm gonna grab a spoon. See if I can do this. Save the rest for, it says you can save whatever's left in the can for a smoothie or a milkshake. So, did not shake it. Trying to succeed here. This is looking promising. There is definitely a solid layer on the top of this. Kind of see it there. It's not liquid. I see Kai with all the happy little tofu emojis. Can you consider uploading a Megan emoji? The thing is, I have a limited number of emojis that YouTube allows me to upload based on the number of members I have. So I don't just upload images willy-nilly. Each of them is a person I really like or just enjoy or something I like. So I don't like Megan enough to the point where I would actually do that. Hello, stranger. Oh my gosh, Jojo, it's been a long time. How are you? All right. So now, let's do this right, guys. Scoop just the fat layer off the top. I hope that's right. Oh, you know what though? This is coconut cream. I'm doubting myself, you guys. But I think starting from cold is gonna help me. But we will see what happens here. Come on. Maybe I'll just start with a smaller amount. I'll do half the can. Yeah, there's not really a solid layer. Here we go. I'm gonna set my timer for 20 minutes and see what happens. See how close I can get. Oh, you know what I should do? Because Cinco de Mayo is coming up, I'm gonna do another trivia question, and I will do a Mexican flag, and I will do guess my favorite Mexican food. I wonder if there's a sombrero emoji. Oh, are you serious? Hat? Nope. That's a bummer. All right, is it vegan quesadillas black bean tacos, spinach, enchiladas, oop, or, oh, come on, tamales. All right, guess my favorite Mexican food, guys. And let's get whipping this cream. I feel like this is not enough. Not the best start. That looks a little better. Okay. Oh, it's deja vu, guys. Alan Zabala, thank you, Sam. Jojo, I am doing well. I'm making some whipped cream. And I'm really, really hoping that I can get it to work this time. I tried making it yesterday and it did not work. So I'm making whipped cream TK. And the things that I changed from yesterday are I chilled the can of coconut cream in my fridge overnight, so it's a lot colder than when I was doing it yesterday. And what else? I'm using about half the amount that I used yesterday, so hopefully that'll help it thicken up faster. We'll see. Not sure. Rich with the biceps, yeah. If there's one thing I get out of this, it will be an arm workout. Jojo is guessing enchiladas. Bye, Larry Middleton. Thank you for stopping by. Also, Daniel Bruce. Love the little zombies. Ooh, this is looking a little thick, guys. This is giving me hope. Jojo told everyone. Edward Scissorhands, hello. Ooh. This is looking way better than yesterday. Yesterday, I feel like for the most part, it just looked like soup. Y'all believe in ghosts? I do, Ryan, yes. Guitarist 1v1, hello. Hi, Mohammed Abdul Wahab. It's easy to get off track, Hannah is a professional. I don't have an electric mixer or whisk, nope. Bye, Kai. Ooh, that's looking better. I'm already having more hope than I did yesterday. The thing is though, my arm stamina is not as big as it's not as long as last night. Kevin Martinez, you missed me making curry tofu scramble, and now I'm making whipped cream. I'm trying to make whipped cream, but it's like my arms versus this coconut cream. Thank you, Uncle Chuckles. Hannah is beating that batter. Hi, Noah Samaniego. Daniel Bruce with the cute little heart eye emojis. I'm gonna tip this. Ooh, you guys. Honestly, this makes me respect the old school cooks and chefs who would just have to hand beat everything because there was no machines to do the whipping for you. This is exhausting. And this is just one little bowl. Can you imagine having to do like tubs and tubs of this stuff? Oh my gosh, Joe, thank you. Oh my goodness. Weirdo, I'm making whipped cream. I'm not Moroccan, Edwin. I am half Ethiopian. Have you seen a ghost? I don't think I've seen a ghost, but I have always felt like just, I don't know, like guidance from the beyond, for lack of a better description. Thank you, Antonio. Antonio Geno Giovante, thank you. I've seen supernatural stuff ever since I was young, says Edwin. I'm not Italian. I want to say thank you to Joe. I will take a much needed arm break. I think this is like maybe looking promising. Like, I think that looks better. You are so sweet, Joe. You are so kind, Joe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right. Are you still making scrambled eggs? No. All right, let's go. I want to make this work. Oh, I think I just sent some flying. Oops. My bad. Let's see, your shoulders are getting tired. I know. Well, you should have seen me yesterday. I was doing this for a good 20 to 30 minutes yesterday with no result. It was a big fat L on the whipped cream. Yeah, it is tough on the shoulders and the biceps. But I feel like this is whipping up, so it's giving me hope. It makes you appreciate the invention of machinery that just does all of this stuff for you instead of having to completely burn your biceps. Human and ghost don't coexist in the same dimension. I mean, no one can know that for sure, so that's only your opinion, Trine Larson. I think it's weird, but typing is just something everyone knows how to do now. Yeah, I mean, we're all computer people now. Whew. All right, I'm halfway through my timer that I set. There's 10 minutes left. And my arms are dying. I'm just gonna be open about that. Nice whisking, thank you. I keep having to switch between my arms because I've told you guys have complimented my arms, but I really don't have much arm stamina or strength. I would say it's actually one of the weakest parts of my body. So yeah, my arms don't really last very long, unfortunately. But, whew, I will keep on going. I'll kind of give you a, it's like, it's okay. But what I might do is add a little bit of tapioca powder to thicken this up. Hi, Mike N. JB says, lol. Edward, whipped cream. Hi, Angel. Hi, May. Oh, all right, arm break time. And I was looking at things that are okay to add and not separate this. I think the cocoa powder killed it for me yesterday, so I'm just gonna stick to a little bit of tapioca as a thickener and a stabilizer, and just hope that this works. But man, my arm is dying, straight up. Blake Matt, hello. Hi, Ben from Australia. Desi Des with the 3 green hearts. Hello. Whew. Oh my gosh. Do you like the movie Forrest Gump? Not really. No, I get why it's a classic, but there's I find like Tom Hanks to be like not the most impressive. He's so beloved by so many millions of people, and he personally, like, he's never like done anything for me. So yeah, I think it's okay, but I've seen it once, and once is enough. All right, let's get whisking again. I'm working on an 84-year-old Buick. Ooh. What are you working on specifically with that car? Are you replacing something? Steph Curry's sister. Are cooking for family or for video? This is just my job. This is for YouTube. One thing for sure, after doing this 2 days in a row, I definitely I want to avoid hand whipping things at all costs because it's so tiring. Yabba says, stop whipping cream, it's cruel. Have to get a new spark plug, okay. I love cars. The hardware store is closed. All right, I got 6 minutes left from my 20-minute timer. Crazy. I mean, it's okay, but it's still pretty liquidy, I'd say. High cash money. Ooh. Dying. Your arm's not getting tired. I mean, they're tired and I'm exhausted, but I've decided I'm gonna go for the next 5 minutes because that's how many minutes are left on my timer. And then I'm gonna put this in my freezer to help it thicken up, like solidify. And then I'll probably just stick it on my decaf coffee. You're like a machine, LOL. Yeah, I think like when I'm determined enough, I can just kind of push through anything. I Love Car says, I'm gonna check. Sounds good. Best of luck fixing up your Buick. 4 minutes, guys. Let's see how much I can get whipped in 4 minutes. Ooh. It's like a competition. Like how much can you whip it in 20 minutes? Hi, I know I'm supposed to be in bed, but how are you? I'm making whipped cream, Al. It's extremely tiring and makes me excited for the day that I have an electric mixer. Yep, they're closed. I once worked on a machine bending metal for 3 days, 8 hours a day, and I dreamt about the metals. Ooh, sounds intense. Yeah, I feel like this would be like full whipped cream if I stood here and did this for like 40 minutes. But I don't have that kind of stamina. Yeah, it's still, I mean, arms are no match for electric mixers. Let's just be upfront about that. Hi, Ian Heepler. How are you? I am just whipping some coconut cream. It's not really turning into the whipped cream that I thought it would, but I'm going to use my freezer to help me. Ooh, I'm also getting it on my laptop, which is not good. Yikes. Cool whipped cream. Gianna is still here. Hi, Avery. I'll go tomorrow says I love cars. Cool whipped cream says Heidi Scott. Ian says, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, it's still pretty liquidy, and honestly, it's just, I just think like your arms are no match for an electric beater. So it's still pretty liquidy, but I'm gonna toss this in my freezer. I also had some tapioca in here just to help stabilize it. But yeah, it's like it's like when your whipped cream starts to like get liquidy, if that makes sense. What do you do with this stuff? You bake/cook. I eat it. It's my meals for the week. All right, I got 1 minute and 18 seconds left, guys. Ooh. Hi, Tommy Brown. Last minute, last minute. And then I'll move on to making my cup of coffee. Hi, Zavisli. Is it Zavisliv, I think. Aw, thank you, Rich, for the super thanks. I appreciate it. 30 seconds. Funnily enough, it actually looks like it's getting more liquidy now, which is so frustrating after all this work. Yeah, not great. But we're just gonna use the freezer to thicken it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so not the thickest, but it's okay. I don't know if I'm considering that a success, but I'm gonna stick it in here now for a good like 10 minutes maybe. And then put this away, the remainder of my coconut cream. The thing is, I know this can thicken up because you can make ice cream with this stuff. So I feel like it's just a matter of like how much you're whipping it. Thank you, Edwin. Hello, hello. All right, so tapioca flour going away. I tried to make caramel once, but I burnt it. Oh no. That's unfortunate. All right, I'm just gonna use some of this old aluminum foil that I have. And cover the rest of this. Hello, Zavisli. Just a Guy is here. I don't think I saw you. Okay. And now I'm gonna heat up some water. Just about half a cup. Whew. Goodness gracious. All right, what are the poll results? I won't close it just yet. Vegan quesadillas is winning. Surprise, surprise, it's the first one. And then it's close between spinach enchiladas and tamales. That water jug is huge. Yes, if you're talking about this is my water filter. So I drink filtered water out of this. The arms are burning, I bet. Yeah, my arms, well, it's just like my hands are really like overworked and my biceps are really sore. If you were going to open a business, what would it be? That's really tough. I don't know what it would be. Something simple and like low risk. Like stationery or woven sewn fabrics, like nothing high risk that is like you're gonna get sued for it. Zavisli says I have breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, we made it to 100 likes. Thank you for pointing that out, Rich. I didn't even notice. Thank you, guys. All right, time for some Folgers, good old Folgers. Decaf coffee. I've just boiled a half cup and I'll add a little bit more with milk. This is the decaf coffee that I use because I switched to decaf once it's the afternoon because I don't want to be like up all night on caffeine. Me neither. That's why I don't own a business. Check the percentage of coconut extract. Higher. It's just coconut cream. Yabba dabba doo. Gianna Forever. Yes, I have a Brita filter. Okay. So I'm gonna add 1 rounded teaspoon of this stuff. Love it so much. Heaping rounded teaspoon. And maybe even a little bit more because I like extra strong flavor. Hi, Jessica. All right, so let's mix this in. Lovely Folgers. Oh man, I see some whipped cream on my countertop that I'm gonna get rid of super quick. Bake shop, I would never open a bake shop. Nope, because you have a lot of legal pitfalls. You could get sued for not meeting health code violations. If someone eats your food and they have an allergic reaction or they choke and they die, you have a lawsuit on your hands potentially. Food is, as much as I love food, I would never open a business around food because there are so many legal things you have to worry about. Health code inspections, marketing and labeling your products correctly with all the allergens inside. You have to get all the ingredients right. You have to mark if it's kosher. You have to mark if it's halal, potentially dairy-free, egg-free. Ugh, yeah, no. I would not do a food business. Stressful. Tommy Brown thinks it's spinach enchiladas. Okay. First I'm gonna add some milk and then I'll grab my whipped cream. We're gonna be generous and call it whipped cream from my freezer. You drink a lot of coffee. I drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and sometimes I'll drink decaf coffee for dessert after dinner. Thank you, Courtney MC, I appreciate it. Okay, so there's a little bit of almond milk in there. Okay, and now my whipped cream has been in here for, oh my gosh, you guys, it actually kind of thickened up. Freezer miracles. Look at that. It actually, I mean, it's still pretty liquidy, but it's not like completely runny. I'm so happy with this. Wow, it makes me like want to do it all over again, but I just need to tell myself to stop. Okay, so you guys, there you go. Your freezer can help you. So what I'm gonna do is just take a spoonful of this whipped cream and just put it in here. And I didn't sweeten it because I find that the flavor just alone of the whipped coconut cream is so rich that you don't really, I don't think you need sugar. Amazing. I'm so happy with this. Wow. All right, so, oh, that is very tasty. I should add like a little bit more. This is a dessert in itself. It is very high in fat, so don't think this is like super low cal or anything. But cheers, guys. That actually turned out better than I was thinking when I put it into the freezer. Ooh, yummy. Nummy, nummy. There you go. There's what it looks like. Hopefully you can kind of see it. Jessica says, I love your video so much. Thank you. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you, Jessica. I'm gonna put this back in my freezer, this whipped cream. So I guess my recommendation, if you're ever trying to do that, is just whip it. If you don't have a stand mixer, whip it for 20 minutes and then just throw it in your freezer for a while. April Jones, thank you. I'm from the future. It's the morning of May 29th. I think you meant April. April 29th, because I know what I think you said you're in Russia. Asia says, let's go. Thank you, Courtney. Bake shop is statistically likely to fail. It's just hard to make people want baked goods all the time. They can just get bread from the store. Yeah, it's tough. I listen to a lot of business owners on social media, and something that they consistently say when just thinking about when you want to start your business, if you want to start a business, is like, just if you can pick something that people will keep buying over and over and over, and it's easy for them, it's not a luxury good, it's an everyday item, it's something that they need. Like, I mean, I'm thinking everyday items. People are gonna need furniture, they're gonna need appliances, they'll need kitchenware like knives, plates, things like they'll break and people need to go back. People need like roofing maintenance, especially if you can get into like home related stuff that pretty much everyone needs at some point, like light fixtures, like most, if not like the vast majority of people need light fixtures and lamps. They'll need curtains, they'll need, yeah, just like so much stuff that's like kind of mundane, but it's stuff that people will buy forever. Looks okay, 6 out of 10, fair enough. Let's see. Thank you, Drago Liub. I should have got stocks on baby oil. Although the birth rate is plummeting, unfortunately. It's kind of sad to think about. I can wire stuff up a little. I'm nowhere near an electrician though. If you have some practical skills though here and there, it can save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars. Oh my gosh, Jammy Pape, thank you so much. We've been having some incredible super chats in here, my goodness. Wow, so generous of you, my goodness. Thank you. I appreciate you. I was in the middle of reading another comment, but thank you, Jammy Pape. I don't think I've seen you on here before, but I appreciate the super chat. Yabba is saying, Leeds United is promoted to the Premier League. I always get excited, like I feel so torn about this. I get so excited thinking about I think it's 3 teams that come up from the championship or whatever it's called, the second level. But then my heart just breaks for the teams that are relegated from the Premier League. I felt so bad for Southampton. I believe they set a new record, like a very embarrassing record for the soonest, like the team that was soonest to be relegated in the season. Like I think they were officially relegated with 7 weeks left or 7 match weeks left in the season. Really, really bad. Jammy Pape says, hi, yeah, I'm new. What do you do? I mostly do cooking. I wish I wasn't finished with my food. I'll show you the whipped cream that I was working on earlier. I have it in my freezer now, but actually putting it in my freezer has helped a lot. See, now it's actually kind of sticking to my whisk. So I whipped up some coconut cream. I actually want to put some more in my coffee because it's so tasty. Yeah, I do food and I also do some travel. I decided this year I wasn't gonna do a ton of running just because I wanted to dedicate 2025 to YouTube growth. However, you guys, I mean, some of you know this, I'm a distance runner, I run marathons. I'm not running a marathon this year, but whenever I'm out, like at a park or just driving around, I see there are all these people now that it's beautiful springtime weather, out in their marathon training gear. They're wearing like all their apparel, their water vests. And I have had such FOMO, you guys, this spring, like seeing all the marathon trainers, knowing that I'm not training this cycle. I already made up my mind this year I'm dedicating to YouTube growth, like really focusing all my energy. I did not want to be split between training hard for a marathon and going all in on YouTube and holding down my 9-to-5 job. It just seemed like that was a recipe for disaster. But oh my goodness, I can feel myself just itching to train for another marathon. I'm really missing it. Okay, I think I might have missed a couple people. Turbo Goof, I hope you're still here. These are actually earrings that I bought in December for Christmas. I wanted to be festive and they're Jingle Bell earrings. However, A lot of people thought that they were cherry earrings, which fits with the theme of my channel, which is mostly food. So I just kept wearing them. So I've been wearing them for the last, what, 4 months or so? Cause lots of people for the Jeb, says Simon, says $50. I know. You should make sausage rolls one day. I will make vegan sausage rolls with some Beyond sausage. I'm vegan, so I don't eat regular sausage. Jamie Pape says cool. Or maybe it's Jammy Pape. Austin Pollard says, damn, little 16B MTA ends with all the hearts. And Ari is not here anymore. It's sensory sources. Okay, cool. I seen you yesterday making something. You might have seen me attempting to make whipped cream, and it was such a fail. It was rough. But I redeemed myself, and it's actually, I think the whipped cream is getting better as it sits in my freezer. Class 21, I remember you. Thank you. Good to see you again. Let me close this poll, because you guys, if only I love my 9 to 5. I will never knock it. I will say this though, there are days where it's like a slog. And the time is going so slow, and I think, man, the time, 3 hours flies by on a live stream. It feels like it's 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but it's actually 3. And it would be nice if time moved this quickly for my job most days. Today was one of those days, time flew, but a lot of times I'll find myself just exhausted, and it's not even 12 o'clock noon yet, and I'm like, oof. I got several hours to go here. Nolan, hello. Edwin says, do you have well-developed legs like runners? I think decently. I've always had pretty good athletic ability throughout my life. So yeah, I would say I have decently developed legs. It's nothing like the pro athletes where it's you can see every single muscle and whatever. But yeah, I'll say I have decently athletic legs. Ari really loved your vids. Amazing. Glad to hear it. Oh my gosh, Mom. I'm pretty happy with my whipped cream this time. I don't know if you were here earlier, but yeah. Actually, I think what I needed to do was just keep it in my freezer. It's still kind of liquidy, you can tell, but this is a vast improvement over what was happening yesterday. So I think this is close enough to whipped cream. I hand beat it for 20 minutes and then stuck it in my freezer while I prepped the decaf coffee. Theodore Schwartz says, I saw you yesterday. All right. Oh, isn't that cute? A big red teacup. She dearly misses you. Your dog likes to eat pecans. Okay. Oh, okay. Mom is saying, my mom is Miss Ruby Red Wing. I wasn't here earlier. Okay. Yeah, so I hand whipped for 20 minutes. It's still pretty painful. I know my arms are gonna be sore tomorrow, but I'm happy with the freezer, what the freezer has done. I was gonna look up I think it's Japanese name here. I think it's Karina, but I wanna double check. No, not Kayo. I'm double checking, but yes, it's Karina. I knew it. Hello, Karina. How are you? Jalen, you're here. I love it. But also, it looks like you're heading out. Thanks for being here, Jalen. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I will be going live on Wednesday, so a couple nights from now. Aviation 600 says, we are both Mexican. I am not Mexican. I do get that guess a decent amount. People guess, they ask if I'm Latina or if I'm, what is it, Indian / Pakistani or Arab, like Egypt or Libya, one of those countries. But no, I'm not Arab, I'm not ethnically Arab, I'm not ethnically Latina, and I am not ethnically Indian or Pakistani. I'm half white and half black. That is my basic mix. You should use your frother. I think it would get enough. Oh, you're gonna be so sad, Mom. I blew the engine on my frother, so it's dead. It's a goner. I killed it trying to make whipped butter for my espresso cake, and it like got super hot and then it just stopped rotating altogether, and yeah, it totally, I just overexerted it, and now like, yeah, it's toast. It doesn't work anymore. Very sad. I'm sad that I overdid it on the engine, but I honestly thought it just had more strength than it did. But I think I was supposed to just limit it to more like milk frothing type of things. Quanil, welcome back. It wouldn't have the power for butter. Oh, I know, I figured it was softened butter. So I thought maybe the softened butter would be gentle enough on the balloon attachment, because it did have like a whisk attachment for whipping things like eggs, but I think the butter was way too thick for whatever the motor was. Caitlin, thank you so much. Quanil, we were talking about some whipped cream. I feel like I need to keep parading it out of my freezer because I just spent 20 minutes whipping it, and I think like it keeps getting better as it sits. So I made some whipped cream. You guys, look at this. It's actually like sticking to my whisk now. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'm gonna add a little more because you guys, it's delicious. You don't need any sweetener with coconut cream because it's so luscious by itself. Thank you, Caitlin. Not gonna happen with the Shrek cake. All right, I am gonna close the poll and let you all know what the answers are. But first, let's see. The London Marathon already has 500,000 applications for next year. Would you run marathons for your favorite charity? Yes, I want to do all 6 of the marathon world majors. So the 6 majors are New York City, Chicago, Boston. 3 of them are here in the United States, and then London, Berlin, and Tokyo. I have not done any of the 6 marathon world majors. Some of them are insanely competitive to get into. I think others are less so. It's more of like lottery, first come, first serve. I would definitely run a marathon for charity. What else was I gonna say? I mean, I've found that so I'm glad that I took this year as a break from distance running to focus fully on YouTube outside of work. But it has me thinking ahead to next year, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I miss it so much. I have to do one. I have to do another one. Of the six world marathon, I don't know exactly the title, but it's like the 6 marathon majors. I think that's what they call them. I don't know which one I would want to do first necessarily. Probably the 3 in the United States, just because, I mean, training for a marathon and like getting to race day is already so much work, and then throw on an international flight and hotels and lodgings and food and all that stuff. It's just, I think it'd be easier to knock out the 3 US ones first. So I would love to do New York, would love to do Chicago, and would love to do Boston. as my first 3. Boston is so hard though. The qualification time they have it for men and for women, and the standards are so high. But it's like you just got to keep training until you hit that time, or you don't. But the thing is, it gets easier to qualify as you get older. They make it easier as you age. So yeah, I would start with those 3 and then maybe do, it would be between Berlin and London. I think I would do Tokyo last, just because I'm less interested in going to Tokyo than I am to Europe or any of the US cities. And also, I feel like with Tokyo, that is a wicked plane ride to have to fly. It's like you are flying so far and you have to recover from your jet lag before you run 26.2 miles for the Tokyo Marathon. So we'll see what happens, but that is definitely, someone was asking bucket list earlier, and I definitely have all 6 of the World Marathon majors on my bucket list. I've seen vlogs of people who did all 6. I'm like, dang, good job. Also, I don't think I said the answer to the poll question. Sorry, I was going off on marathons. So, second poll question of the night. We have, well, the question was, guess my favorite Mexican food. I decided to pick Mexican food because Cinco de Mayo is in a week, and I'll be making tostadas tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday night for the live stream as well. Stay tuned. So 31% guessed vegan quesadillas. It's not vegan quesadillas. Those were listed first in the poll. 26% said tamales. That overtook the spinach enchiladas for second place. It's not tamales. Third place was spinach enchiladas with 24%, and it is spinach enchiladas. So good job to 24% of you who got that right. Man, you know how to make whipped cream, says Quanil. It took me 2 tries and some freezer action to figure it out. Do you know where the word marathon comes from? Yes, it comes from ancient Greece. My Mexican rice sucks, never liked the restaurant, says Darth Nihiluz. Rocksteady, hello. Thank you, Quanil. I'm gonna like and sub because you're amazing and the most entertaining person I ever met. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the live stream. I really love going live on YouTube. Also, sorry guys, I know there have been trolls tonight, but I personally love self-modding and axing the very immature and selfish people who like to troll, so they're gone now. Yabba Dabba says, would you run in a fancy dress? What would you dress as? In a fancy dress? I would never run in a fancy dress. I mean, do you mean like a sport outfit? Fancy sport outfit? Maybe, but never a dress. What is the annual rainfall in Toronto? I have no clue because I am not in Toronto. I'm in Minnesota, south and actually quite a ways from Toronto. There's a question for your poll bucket list priorities. Yeah, ooh. Let me think about how I could ask this. I'll save it for Wednesday. I want to keep new ones. I don't want to like put a new poll question toward the end of a live stream, but I will write for tomorrow, or for Wednesday, excuse me, something to do with like bucket list. Like what's at the top of my bucket list? And I can think of some things. I live in a desert, we don't have rainfall, says just a dude. Oh my goodness. Anthony Champagne, yes, I do root for the Vikings, even though they struggled. I will root for them because they're my home team. Can't root against them, but I also don't get emotionally invested. Seems like the smart move anyways. Do you know who invented whipped cream? I have no clue. Caitlin is here. Hello, I'm back. OMG. Thank you, boy, K4Y on pause? K on pause, I think. Thank you. I would have guessed your poll for fettuccine when you had it because it's my favorite too. but I only had it twice in life. It's awesome. Was surprised to hear you grew up on it at the Olive Garden. Yeah. Oh yeah. We would go to Olive Garden a decent amount of times. I feel like our places where we would go that are like chains are, this is another poll question. This is really helpful conversation, guys. Like chain restaurants, like which was my favorite chain restaurants? But I was gonna say, fave, we would go to Olive Garden a lot. We would go to Red Lobster. We would go to Applebee's. And, God, there's so many good ones. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, some other ones. But yeah, we would go to Olive Garden a decent amount, and I can still picture all the, like what my regular order would be at Olive Garden. Thank you, Robert Nelson. I appreciate the positive comment, because as you probably know, the comments are not always positive on YouTube lives. 32 inches of rainfall here in Toronto. You knew I'd bring it. I didn't want to volunteer you, Rich. I wasn't gonna just be like, okay, Rich, it's you gotta tell us. But I was thinking you might have that information in your, either in your back pocket or you would pull it from the internet. So thank you. That seems like a lot of rainfall, but at the same time, I don't really know what's considered like a lot versus okay versus what's technically a drought. Like, actually, let's just ask Google AI. What is technically a drought? This is not a helpful definition. I was thinking it was going to be like fewer than X inches, milliliters, but I'm not getting a quick and easy AI answer. Panera Bread is your favorite. Oh, we would go to Panera Bread a lot too. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at all these. Yeah. Honestly, this is a tough one. I'm looking at the four restaurants I have on here. My trivia for Wednesday, I've decided, is gonna be which of these was my favorite chain restaurant. So this is your little preview for Wednesday, people, for the Wednesday night live stream trivia question. The question is, guess my favorite childhood chain restaurant, something like that. And the options are Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Applebee's, and Panera Bread. I'm not even sure which one, because I loved all four of these. I don't really go to these anymore because there's hardly any vegan options. But I'm thinking back to, I can think of each place, like I know what I would get at Olive Garden, I know what I would get at Red Lobster, I know what I would get at Applebee's, and I know what I'd get at Panera Bread. And it's so hard to say which of these was my absolute favorite, because I can think of some like really wonderful meals I had, especially with like my parents, my grandparents, after like piano recital. Honestly, like Cheesecake Factory is another one. Although, to be fair, Cheesecake Factory was never about the food. It was never about the meal. It was only really about the cheesecake. So I'm gonna leave that one off. But like, I'll tell you, like at Olive Garden, my order was always the Italian salad, like salad with vinaigrette, and then I would get the fettuccine alfredo for my main dish, and then I would get this incredibly amazing like chocolate stacked like tiered cake. I think they called it like a zebra cake maybe, I don't know. Red Lobster, I would get the seaside shrimp trio, and it was shrimp scampi, butterfly shrimp, and some pasta, like butter noodle pasta with shrimp. Applebee's, I would get the chicken finger baskets. This is so funny because I don't eat any of this stuff now. And then at Panera Bread, I don't even know if they still have it, but I would get the Italian combo sandwich to die for. It has all the deli meats. I think it has Swiss cheese on it, or maybe it's provolone. But it was like such an amazing deli sandwich. I can still taste that deli sandwich. So that's gonna be Wednesday's trivia question. I can't even like give you any spoilers for what the right answer is because I need to like actually think about what the right answer is because I love them all so much as a kid. Anyways, okay, sorry, I was yapping a lot. Just a fancy costume like a shark or Harry Potter. Okay, yabba dabba do, I know what you're talking about now. I have worn costumes on 5K runs and I think just 5K runs. Like I've done turkey trot 5Ks. I did one actually last year. And sometimes I will dress up as a pilgrim or a turkey. I've done a Christmas run. People dress up as like reindeer. I think I dressed up as like an elf maybe. But honestly, I would say with a marathon, I run marathons competitively and also you're running for so many hours that you want your outfit and everything on you to be so comfortable because if something is like a really like not well fitted like costume, it'll eventually rub like a blister or a bruise or something into your skin or your feet or whatever. So I would never ever ever wear a costume. Maybe I would do like a headband with something cute on it or a cute t-shirt with like some writing on it, but I never would do like a full-on costume for a marathon because that would be painful. K on pause, I go by KK. Okay, cool. I got this poll right now because it's my favorite. It says Kevin. ABH Ninjas is here. Sorry guys, catching up on the comments. I was really fixated on my chain restaurant fave for the Wednesday night poll question. Edwin says, for me, I live in an equatorial climate, so rarely any extreme weather. King Sammy, the trillionfold blesser, was just at Olive Garden yesterday. Very nice. Panera Bread is your favorite, maybe. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, just to do, because I'm really thinking this through. This is a tough one. I think I have one of them eliminated, like one that's just not quite with the other three, but I don't know. I have 2 days to figure this out, guys. So I'll think about it. I wish I could donate 50 bucks, but I don't have money. That's okay, Quanil. Don't feel bad. Don't ever feel pressured to give. Like, it's there as a feature that, like, I did not design this platform. Like, it's a button that YouTube has programmed to be in front of you. So, like, I have no control over it. It's just there. Don't worry about it. No expectation, no pressure. The real RL7, hello, food reviews. Ooh, I like that. Just a Dude says, ooh, favorite Mandela effect. I'd have to look those up. But I will take trivia ideas. Fave Mandela effect. That's a great one. I just have to come up with enough for a poll question. 48 inches of rain in Vancouver. I believe it though, because you guys are right on the Pacific, right? Do you know the song I've Got a Feeling? Of course I know that song, Quanil. I do love the word scallywag. I don't see it enough. So thank you, John Stamper. Brian says, no, Anthony cooked some. I must have missed some. What did you make Hannah to eat? Brian, I made some curry tofu scramble and some whipped cream. And I think you were here yesterday. It was such a struggle yesterday, but it's actually starting to freeze now, so this isn't good. But I made some whipped cream. I'm gonna put this in my fridge because I actually don't want this to freeze solid. But that was actually fun to make. I'm happy with it. Ashley says, Hannah, did you get what you were cooking done? Yes, I did, Ashley. Mikey Mike says, I made fish tacos. Never cooked before. What do you suggest I start with? Ooh, boy, I mean, I can only recommend vegan stuff because I'm vegan and gluten-free. I would say tacos. Actually, tacos are an easy one. If you look up, again, I don't cook with meats, and with meats you have to be careful because you do have to cook it to the correct temperature or else you could get very sick. I would say it's actually a bit safer starting vegetarian. Like, I would say just look up Anthony, I'll just type it in here. Anthony. Try some easy peasy black bean tacos for Cinco de Mayo. I think that would be fun and easy. Actually, I have a recipe right here from Forks Over Knives. Sorry if you're mobile, you probably might not, I'm gonna say you're not gonna be able to click on this link, but if you go to Forks Over Knives and you search for, what is it? Quick black bean tostadas, which are like baked tacos. Tacos are just like, they're hard to mess up. I'll put it that way. I don't know the band Deep Purple, just a dude. Charan Teha, hello. Madeline, I do remember you. I have not been to Ethiopia yet. Badger Wolf, also good to see you. You like oyster sauce? I don't eat oyster sauce because it is not vegan. Learn to cook eggs, Anthony. I agree with all your opinions. Says your favorite Mexican. Have you ever tried fried cow intestines? No, I will never ever eat organs from an animal. I'm vegan, so I don't eat anything that comes from an animal. Golfing with Ben. Hello, Ben. Are you a good golfer? I have never golfed in my life. I wouldn't mind learning just because I feel like there are sometimes or some things where I'm like, it'd be good to just know. But I never ever grew up playing it. Shoot. Chat froze for a second. Brian Moses, yes, I did watch WrestleMania and my guy Seth Rollins won. You have to get John Cena jersey and headband. No, Brian, because my favorite wrestler is, sorry, my browser is killing me. Oh my goodness. Let me refresh. But I was rooting for Seth Rollins. They weren't in the same fight, but he's my favorite wrestler. Come on. All right, I was gonna respond to Brian. I'm a fan of this dude, my boy Seth. All right, who else do I need to respond to? All right, Mom is saying, in case you're tempted to dip back into carnivore land, Panera still has your sandwich. It's now the toasted Italiano, Mama's treat. I am not tempted to go back, but I actually would like to maybe like recreate. I could do a series actually of recreating restaurant sandwich faves. So that could be a fun recipe idea. Recreate the Italian combo, or whatever they call it now. It's ice cream now, I know, Ken DeB. We went to America and we went to Wendy's that night, and the next day I went to Olive Garden. Good stuff. Brody boy, hello. Thanks for that, I'll take a stab at it. Good luck, Anthony. I really think tacos are a pretty, like, it's mostly assembling food. It shouldn't be like crazy cooking, frying, sauteing, baking, like, yeah, I think that's a good way to start. Hi, Chaco, your little brother. Brian says, I like vegetarian burger and pizza now. That's weird. I mean, there's good stuff that just happens to be vegetarian, and you can eat it even if you're a carnivore. Hi, just a guy. Just chatting. Yes, indeed. Artifacts, hello. And so you don't like what kind of meat again? I'm vegetarian, or I keep saying vegetarian, vegan. I'm vegan, so I don't eat any animal products. I've not watched wrestling since the Attitude Era. Don't know what that is. My favorite wrestler was Yuko Suma. Remember him? Nope. Don't know who that is. Seth Rollins went from really cool to really wired recently. I think you meant weird. Yeah, I mean, he's just a maniac. Seth freaking Rollins. I like Brock Lesnar, the Beast in Carnage, says Alex. Never go back, plant-based is the way. Animals are our friends, not food. Yes, just recreate it. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I feel no desire to go back to eating meats. This is not me dissing, like, meat diets. It's just my personal preference is I've really liked being vegan. It doesn't work for everyone, but it's really worked for me. And I feel great, and I'm just sticking with this plan for the rest of my life. Thank you, Jose Ortega. Toby is here. Hi, Toby. Good to see you. I like Daniel Bryan, says Brian. If you're vegan, what do you eat? Quanil, go to my channel. My channel is dedicated to vegan food. I don't like popovers. I never did. And also they typically use eggs. I always thought they were gross as a kid. So I've never liked popovers. Optimistic. Hi, M. Hussein. His character change. I liked him when he was Seth freaking Rollins. Chief of DC is here. Hello, Chief of DC. How's life with you? Songbird, my psalm. Same here. Your skin and glow show it works. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, part of the logic that went into my decision to go vegan 13 years ago when I was 18, end of high school, I was like, in my head, I was like, how can you really go wrong if you just stick to whole foods that are vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and beans, and you are diligent about your protein intake, and you, like, I always took a multivitamin when I was a kid. I still take a multivitamin now. I'm like, where can you go wrong with your diet if you're just, I mean, I still eat like some fried foods and some sugary foods and dessert foods, but I was like, the vast majority of my diet is gonna be salad, spinach, potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, tofu, lentils, garbanzo beans, hummus, cabbage, carrots, bok choy, brown rice, quinoa, rolled oats. I'm just like, tell me where, like, I feel like these are all really good, nutritious, natural foods. So far I'm really happy with it. I will not go back ever. Undertaker, Mankind. Okay, Attitude Era. Oh, okay. I've heard of Stone Cold, Undertaker, Mankind, Kane. Got it. I think those were before my time, but I have heard of them. Thank you, Livy Whitehead. They are from Amazon. I bet if you went to Amazon and you Googled Christmas Jingle Bell earrings, you would be able to find these. I should just link to it on my page. I should become an affiliate of this particular product because so many people ask me about them. Todd J. Wilson Katz. Vegan is when you don't eat any animal products. Channel name is Hannah in Health. Naomi says, hi, I'm from Yakima. Vegan is by definition vegetarian. So all vegan food is also vegetarian, but not the other way around. But they're not the same thing. Vegetarians don't eat meat. Vegans don't eat any animal products, which is also eggs and dairy. You should try making vegan scones. Madeline, you read my mind, because I have already decided that for my 32nd birthday, which is gonna be in September, so 4 or 5 months from now, I am gonna have a British birthday theme, and I would like to make some tea and scones and also do other British stuff. But yeah, I have scones on my radar, and I have thought about how to make sure that they're like vegan. I also like to make things gluten-free, so I will test that recipe or test out some recipes before I do the scones. So stay tuned for those, Madeline. Mighty Funk Monk is here. Hello. You got rain in Wyoming. I have been hearing about rain from people, well, you in Wyoming. We had rain today here in Minnesota. Jesse, I haven't seen him tonight, but he's a regular. He's in Wisconsin. They got a lot of rain. And then Michael Brabant, I think, earlier in this live stream was saying lots of rain in Montana. Makes sense if you have rain out there in Wyoming. Lots of rain everywhere. I feel like we need it. Weren't we just in a drought not too long ago? Life is great. If not, try missing a day. True. Hannah, you go to work with them earrings. Wow, so cool and amazing. I love these earrings. However, I do work in a more formal office environment. So I don't know if they would be sticklers about these earrings. They'd probably, like my coworkers and bosses would probably think like, oh, those are kind of fun. But I think they're like a little too casual for my office. Maybe for like a party. Like if we were, like my office has a holiday party. So I could wear these for like a Christmas holiday party, but I would not want to wear these to like a formal meeting or probably most days. It's just a little more on the like reserved side, office vibe. Livy says, OMG, me too. It's better than the snow. We've been getting it in Wyoming, LOL. Okay. Thank you, Daniel Bruce, for the heart emojis. Ella es muy linda, cocina muy rico, pero lo mejor es que es muy inteligente. Gracias, Domingo. I appreciate it. I'm heading off. Good night. Good night, Mom. I will see you on Thursday night for The Last of Us. That boy, is it Peto or Peto? Hello. Old school wrestling was so fun. Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Stone Cold. Yeah, most of those names I know. Yuko Suma was the best wrestler. I have no clue who that even is. Hannah, I'm gonna eat something. Hungry. I'll be back. Hope when I come back the stream won't be finished. I might actually be done when you're heading back because I've been on here now for over 3 hours. Somehow that happened, but as I've said before, time just flies on these live streams because I love them so much. So Quaniel, I probably will be gone. I will be done with the live stream by the time you're trying to come back. Andre the Giant says just to do. Chief of DC says, I've heard some extreme vegans won't even wear animal products. I avoid leather. I actually went to a tannery when I was living abroad, and like seeing like raw skins from animals and smelling them was absolutely disgusting. So I really make my best effort to never purchase leather because I really don't want to contribute to the leather industry. It's pretty cruel too. Hello, Miguel en España. ¿Cómo estás? I am an omnivore. I eat plants and meat, says Brian. Brock Lesnar is another name I know. I eat air pie and breeze cake. If only they were that light in calories. Do you like watching TV shows? Yes, Madeline, lots of TV shows. I tend to watch old school shows that are set like many hundreds of years ago. I work mostly outside. I was digging up a sprinkler system all afternoon. Oof. It sounds like physically very tiring work, just a dude. Was ready for the cocoa cream. Well, I did make it. I have it here. I left it in my freezer a tad too long. But yeah, it worked out way better today than it did yesterday. Now it actually is kind of turning into ice cream. That wrestler that died in the ring, oof, I'm so glad I've never seen anything like that. Yikes. Just Ari, hello. Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. Happy living on nuts and berries and stolen picnic baskets. There you go. Love that. Just Ari. Red teacup goes with your red earrings. Yes, they do match. Kevin. For real. Well, look very weird and make out everywhere you go. People will stare at you. Owen Hart. For guy from the rafters. Yukosuma, maybe it's done. Yokozuna, okay. Don't know who that is. Bye, Kwanil. See you on Wednesday. Top 3 bands / ooh, this is tough. I mean, favorite artist of all time, Taylor Swift. Grew up with her, started listening to her stuff when I was like 11 or 12, I think. Sometime in middle school, so maybe 12. Still listen to her today at age 31, so I've been listening to her for 20 years. I love the way she writes, and I feel like she just captures like female experiences so well. That's why she has such rabid female fans. So top artist of all time, Taylor Swift, but I would say top 3 bands. Number 1 is Green Day. Number 2, probably Arctic Monkeys. 3, Fall Out Boy. Yeah, those 3. Edge, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Brock Lesnar. Ka'a says, Jacob Stein, hello. How do you stay bone healthy as a vegan? Can you get calcium in other forms as opposed to dairy? Yes, calcium is everywhere. So there's a lot of foods that are fortified with calcium, a lot of almond milks, coconut milks, oat milks, soy milks, any of the plant-based milks. I would say check the label. Not all of them have vitamins and minerals that are built into them. Let me just see what mine is, for example. I would expect this to have, okay, so like, for example, I ordered this, this is the Good and Gather brand from Target, and this is unsweetened almond milk. And on the side, I don't know if you can see that, but this says calcium, 25% of your daily intake, and per serving. So I definitely have like 2 cups of almond milk at least every day, between coffee and cereal and other stuff. So I would say I get about 50% of my calcium intake from my fortified almond milk. And then I also have cereal. So these are plain Cheerios, and plain Cheerios have, again, 25%. So Cheerios are fortified with vitamins and minerals. Let's see. I don't know if my other cereals. Oh yeah, another one. So this is like a nice thing that happens. So this is like my all-time favorite cereal, Catalina Crunch. And it has 0 sugar, tons of protein, tastes amazing. This has 15% of your daily intake of calcium right here. You can see it's 15%. And then also, just to like cover my bases, I have always taken a multivitamin ever since I was a little kid and wasn't vegan. I just think it's a smart move to take a multivitamin just to cover your bases in case there's any gaps in your, I just say like for travel days or when you're super busy, you didn't get a chance to eat and you're not gonna hit all the vitamins and minerals from your meals. I like to take a multivitamin just if I'm having a pretty quick day or an unbalanced day. So this has, let's see, calcium, where are you? It's somewhere on here, but there's so many, I don't know. I take this one mostly for B12 because that's one that you have to look out for as a vegan, but you get 500% of your daily value of B12. So I would say, like based on what I've read, vegans and vegetarians should keep an eye out. There's other things, but I would say should keep an eye out for vitamin B12, calcium, and iron. Those are the 3 I keep an eye out. It's like, make sure I'm eating and drinking foods that have calcium, iron, and or B12 listed on them just to be sure. So yeah, those are some tips. And then there's also like natural food items that have that are naturally high in calcium and iron and B12. All right. Hi, Jack Winkle. Sorry, I got to get to a lot of comments here. Let's see. Zachariah, bonjour. I am not French, and I don't speak any French, hardly. Sorry. Cheerios yogurt or with ice cream and or granola. Sabrina, your new subscriber. Thank you, Sabrina. Because you want to look formal in your work environment? Yes, Brian, always. Hi, the one and only. You look like sweet almond milk. All right. Ever watch House MD? I am in season 6. I know the series. I can picture the guy who plays Dr. House, I think. Whoever the main dude is. I've never seen it though. Quanila's back. Awesome. Thanks for coming back. Amon Y13. Do you drink enriched soy milk? I have to say, of all the plant milks out there, soy is my least favorite because I really feel like you can taste like the bean, like the soybean flavor in the milk, and that has always just kind of put me off. So my favorite milks of all time are almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, and oat milk. Those are my 4 go-tos. Thank you, the one and only. It's 5:11 in the morning for Jack. Oof, dang, you must be in, where would you be? Are you in the UK, Jack? Or the British Isles, could be Ireland. I had some vegan horchata. My uncle, I think, yes, he has made me vegan horchata. And you guys, that, you gotta be careful. Like, I could, like, if I didn't know it was alcoholic, the way that my uncle prepares it, I could just consume it like it's almost like a tasty sweet drink that doesn't have any booze in it, but amazing. So good. Thank you, Yesaya Hugler. Multivitamins offer, no, incorrect. Oops. I'm gonna get rid of that because that is not true. You are the best live YouTube host ever. Thank you, Brian Moses. I think I want some ice cream. I actually could go for ice cream now. It sounds so good. Lil KL, have you seen The Wire? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Soy is chalky. I completely agree with that, yes. I remember in college, whenever I'd eat a bowl of cereal at the cafeteria, they would have, or I would want a bowl of cereal, they would have a dairy, like a non-dairy fridge for the people who were lactose intolerant or vegan or for some reason weren't eating dairy. And most of the time it would be soy milk. And I'm just like, oh, dang it, they only have soy milk today. Dang it. Because I never liked the flavor of it. Hi, Unique G. Ka'a says it's 6:14 in the morning. I like the full cream milk to drink with coffee and sugar or honey. Yes, Brian. Nice talking to you again. See you next time, the one and only. Thanks so much for commenting. Oh yes, you can make cake with alcohol. Alex, you should watch the Great British Baking Show because something I find so funny is it's just like an open secret that one of the 2 judges on the Great British Baking Show, her name is Prue, and people know how much Prue loves her booze. And so in this show, and there's many, many seasons of it, but you see over and over with these challenges that the bakers have to do, they'll be like making their cake and they're like, yeah, I'm putting in an extra shot of liqueur for Prue because you know she likes her cakes with lots of booze. So I have seen so many alcoholic drinks put into baked goods on that show, just that show alone, because of how much Prue likes having alcohol in her in her cakes. It's hilarious. Naughty Bird. Not a fan of the people who really push converting people. I'm not someone who tries to do that, and I find that it turns people away more than it helps the cause. So I don't try to convert people. Archie, hello. Before you were vegan, did you ever try fresh milk? No, never. I never really had the opportunity to, because I grew up as a city kid. Sweet dreams to you as well, Tony. Thank you so much. Quaniel says you look rich. I'm laughing at that comment. See you later, Scott Whitebird. You know, I should probably sign off too because it's almost 11:20 p.m. and I have to work tomorrow, so I can't be on here forever. Sadly, I would happily work late into the night and stay on here, but I should take my cues and sign off as well. But let me just see what people have said. Top 5 Christmas movies or top 5 Adam Sandler movies you like. Ooh, not even gonna mention Adam Sandler movies because they're all so terrible. But I'll save the Christmas one for later in the year, closer to Christmas. Watch Dogs. Ooh, great question. What is the best meal you remember your mom making? Boy, she has made so many good meals. That is a really, really tough one. I mean, I'm 31, going on 32. So I'm digging back through like, you know, a good 26, 27 years of meals I can really remember. So let me circle back to you on that one, because it's impossible for me to think of the best one on the spot. I'd actually really have to think back for like, especially birthdays and holidays where like mom would really come through with like an amazing cake, an amazing main dish. Yeah, that is so tough. Great question though, Watch Dogs, the Beast. Rich, thank you for the Gordon and Cristiano and waving emojis. It's 9:18. Okay, yep, because you're West Coast time for Fools You 169. Same to you, Larry. I didn't know you were still here, but thank you. Hope you have a good night too. Bye, Quaniel. Favorite vegan meal? It's probably like a spicy Thai green curry, or anything from the vegetarian side of the menu at an Ethiopian restaurant. It's like one of those two. Probably Ethiopian. I'm half Ethiopian, so I am biased. Been vegetarian for 6+ years, need inspo. Vegan meal, honestly, Nani Bird. I like helping people out when they're asking for like inspo. Definitely try Thai curry dishes with fresh or fried tofu or Ethiopian lentils. Those are two and then Indian food, I would say, is like the third ethnic cuisine that's like just so rich with really good vegan options. Let's see, Kevin, still here, be careful. I think my mom is gone, but I mean, I would only speak highly of her cooking and baking because she has cooked so many incredible things in my life. Bye, Brian. So great having you here. Glad you could join. Also, I totally forgot to put in the reminder here. Reminder to everyone, as always, I'll be going, don't worry, I'll read these last few comments coming in here. I'll be going live again this Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Would love to see you all there. Kevin says, LOL. Yabba Dabba Doo says, I keep 2 cows just for fresh tests. Fresh tests, far better. All right. Madeline, are Cheerios vegan? Some are and some are not. So I have plain Cheerios back here, but for example, Honey Nut Cheerios, those are not vegan because honey is an animal product. I actually don't like honey. I've never liked the flavor of honey. So it just depends on the type of Cheerio. Like they do I've seen strawberry Cheerios, frosted Cheerios, apple cinnamon Cheerios, blueberry. There's so many that they do. So just you have to check the box and see if there's any. It's usually some kind of milk product that's in like the flavorings they'll put into Cheerios. Me neither, honey is too sweet. Yeah, I always thought so myself, Madeline. All right, everybody. That looks like all the chats that I have to get to. So thank you, everybody. It's been really fun tonight. And like I said in my comment, I will be going live in 2 nights. Wednesday night this week, 8 p.m. Central Time. So I will see you in a couple of nights. One more question. How do you keep your skin that clear? I eat mostly plants, and I eat lots of veggies, lots of beans, and seeds, nuts. And I think what really helps too is I drink a ton of water. I try to drink at least 8 cups of water a day. It's like between 8 to 10 cups of water a day. I stay away from sodas. I stay away from tons of sugar and fried foods. Like those things, I've learned that sugar, processed sugar and soda and lots of dessert items, if I eat a ton of them, and fried foods like donuts and French fries, those will make me break out. So that is how I think I've helped to clear up my skin, Madeline. I don't think I saw your question, Quanil. Nice, Ellie, and thank you, Fai Zhao. All right, I'm gonna hop off now, guys, because I gotta get to sleep because I got a work day tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday, so I'll see you on Wednesday night, everybody. Bye.